Welcome back to the ACC Huddle, live in Charlottesville, but down in Raleigh, some news for you. Aiden White is out for the Wolfpack today, maybe one of their most important pieces in their secondary, so he will not take the field today against Louisiana Tech. Morgan Uber will be sidelined for this one. She caught up with head coach Dave Dorn coming off the bus.
Coach, after last week's loss to Tennessee, how do you expect your offense to respond today?
Anger. I expect to see a lot of. It's been a tough week, you know. I mean, when you fail as a competitor, you got two choices. And I hope the choice that we make today is to compete really hard.
In terms of staying on schedule offensively, how do you stay out of the third and long situations?
Well, you got to be efficient on first down, preventable penalties, not having pre-snap things that hurt your drives. Make your layups, easy catches, got to be easy catches, and just be physical. We got to strain.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Go Pack.
And you see the stat there, Dave Dorn 11-2 after losses, so they do a good job of picking up the pieces. I know it was a tough one against Tennessee last week. See what Grayson McCall and company can do. Eddie, we came in with high expectations for this NC State team. What needs to shift for them offensively and defensively?
The mindset, the communication. There's been 2 interceptions where quarterback and receiver Grayson McCall just weren't on the same page. And last week we saw that the interception against Tennessee, the pick 6, that changed the whole dynamic of the game. If they go down and score, it's a tie ball game. It was 10-3 at that point, but instead it was a swing, and you just saw the confidence deflated from them after that point. So communication is very important between quarterback and receivers.
Yeah, and I need just to, step up a lot similarly to Florida State. There was very high expectations for this NC State team. What we saw in practice, the execution level, running the football specifically. I mean, I have been floored by the lack of run game. That offensive line needs to tighten up, needs to do their thing, and also let Jordan Waters get loose, man. That's, to me, EJ, the biggest thing I want to see in this game, run the football effectively.
Yeah, I'd like to see that as well, but off the play action pass, maybe throw the ball to Casey Concepcion and continue to feed him. Been saying it for 3 weeks now. He's a guy that if you give him 5 or 6 targets in the first half, it'll pay off in dividends in the second half, because those 5 or 6 targets, he's probably going to catch, and maybe 2 or 3 of them he might pop and get a touchdown too.
And a reminder, everything is still in front of NC State. While they did lose last week, it was a non-conference game. Yeah. They have not played a conference opponent yet, so they can still get this thing together and make a way to Charlotte, that's for sure. The impact of not having Aiden White in the secondary is what for this defense?
Well, it's a big deal. I mean, you didn't have your starting safety week 1, didn't have another starting safety week 2, and now you don't have a starting DB. So it's piling up a little bit. Guys have to step up, though, because that DB room we thought was going to be the best, kind of unit in the ACC, and that just hasn't been the case so far.
It shouldn't matter. This offense should be able to score enough points to where whoever's on defense, it shouldn't matter. So I'm putting it on the offense. Yeah. They need to show up and play a lot better.
All right, we're looking forward to a really great one tonight between Virginia and Maryland, but coming up right here on ACC Network, George Sedano, Orlando Franklin, and Morgan Uber will be on the call with you. We'll see if NC State can get back on track after falling short to Tennessee last week. The fans here are fired up. For EJ, for EMAC, for Eddie, I'm Taylor. We'll see you at halftime of this one. Enjoy the first half.
ACC football is on the air here from Raleigh. Dave Dorn and company looking to bounce back from a tough loss this past week. David Vann, the leader of the defense, firing the team up. Dave Dorn getting down with his team as they run out of the tunnel. Welcome inside Carter-Finley Stadium. The NC State Wolfpack hosting Louisiana Tech. And welcome inside our booth here alongside Orlando Franklin. I'm George Sedano. Morgan Uber will join us in just a second. Orlando, I mentioned the tough loss last week for NC State against Tennessee. How do they bounce back?
Ball security, offensively and on special teams. That means getting tackled and going all the way to the ground. Defensively, try to steal a possession. Get a takeaway some way, somehow. Give your offense another opportunity to go out there and do their thing. Run the football, stop the run. Be great with your run fits on defense. And if you do those things, that means you're doing your job. And Coach Dorn said this week, you got to make your layups.
Yeah, no question about that. And here's the thing, okay? This team did not do that last week against Tennessee, to your point, and they're looking to correct those mistakes in a big way. And a guy who will have a big part of that in potentially helping them today is Casey Concepcion, the ACC Rookie of the Year. Kind of reminds people of a guy who went in the first round a number of years ago out of the University of Florida, Percy Harvin. What makes Casey so special, and do you like the comparison?
Absolutely, love the comparison. He's that utility guy that you could do everything with. He has great hands, unbelievable speed. He understands what defenses are trying to do against him. And the thing I love most about this young man is he already has a lot on his plate, and his coaching staff says he wants more.
Yeah, he's going to get more, that's for sure. They're going to feed him the ball every which way possible. And again, the ACC Rookie of the Year last year, you see all the accolades and making historic type numbers here at NC State already in his first season plus. For more on the offense, let's check in on the quarterback, Grayson McCall, with Morgan Uber.
Respond has been the theme of this week for this NC State team, and for quarterback Grayson McCall, that response has come in the form of accountability. On Sunday, in a players-only meeting, he stood before his teammates and took ownership for his mistakes and figured out how to learn from them. This coaching staff and his teammates still have the utmost belief in him as a captain and leader on this team, and as head coach Dave Doran put it, he is our guy, and he will rebound well, and Coach Doran said he cherishes his chip on that shoulder mentality and plays with grit, all part of the DNA of this NC State program, guys.
No question, Morgan. He is the three-time Sun Belt Player of the Year. So, in regards to the kickoff situation, there's Jack Turner as La Tech will kick the ball off to NC State. So we'll see Jack Turner in just a moment. And Hollywood Smothers, who had a pretty solid game against Tennessee, will be back there to receive along with Kendrick Raphael. To kick off for La Tech, it'll be Buck Buchanan.
NC State's got to get off to a fast start. They got to be tuned in and ready to go from the first whistle to the last.
And the kick sails over the head and goes into the end zone. So Grayson McCall and company will get started here. Again, I mentioned the three-time Sun Belt Player of the Year. Orlando, they love the fit with Grayson. You know, he owned his mistakes, as Morgan said earlier. What do you need to see from him early on?
Yeah, owning your mistakes means a lot to a football team, especially when you just got here this past offseason, trying to win over those guys' trust. But what Grayson McCall needs to do is focus on the 10 guys that are around him and let them go up there and make plays for him. So get the ball out of his hands as fast as possible.
Three receivers set out there. Jordan Waters in the backfield. Quick toss to Concepcion, juggles it, catches it, heads towards the sideline, cuts back, and taken down just past the 30-yard line. Good block there by Dakari Collins.
I'm right there with you, partner, because if Dakari Collins does not stick on that cornerback, Concepcion is not going to have any space. By him just going out there, giving his body up, and doing whatever it takes, he's able to now bring up a second and manageable.
2nd and 4. For McCall and the Wolfpack. Waters in the pistol behind McCall. McCall to the boundary, again to Concepcion. DeMarcus Griffin-Taylor with the tackle, a first down for the Wolfpack, a gain of 5.
I already like the play calling right now for NC State. 2 plays back-to-back to start off this game. Nice, quick, easy throws to help Grayson McCall build up some of that confidence that he might have lost last week.
1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. Play action for McCall. Takes a deep shot. It is caught there by Wesley Grimes, the Wake Forest transfer. He gets into La Tech territory, a gain of 19 and another first down.
Grimes is unbelievably built for a guy that's 6'2", 193 pounds. When I was down there in pregame, he looked like he was closer to 200 pounds.
We see a flag on the play here, Big O. And this one looks to be coming back.
First down. Number 88 may remain in the game.
There's our lead official, Nate Black. So we see a penalty there
Yeah, they get unnecessary roughness for Timothy McKay, the big right guard. And right there, that could be considered an attitude play, right? You want to be finishing your blocks. I thought with coaching staffs that I've had before in my past, when you get going as an offensive line and you want to be as physical as possible, some penalties are not great, but those are sometimes acceptable.
You're okay with that, what is what you're telling me?
Oh, you got to get after it after last week, absolutely.
Running back Jordan Waters splits wide. A slip screen to Casey Concepcion. Gets him back to the 25-yard line, so a long way to go still. It'll be second and, let's see here, about 11.
Yeah, great job by
21, rather, excuse me.
Great job by defensive end Jaden Burnett, just being able to kind of get off that right tackle and get in the way to rally to the football to make a tackle for a loss.
Two backs in the backfield. Hand it off to Waters. He gets spun around. Will still stay on his feet, though, I guess, and pick up a couple of yards. Tackle made by Jesse Evans for Louisiana Tech.
Yeah, he's their energy guy on defense, the source of energy. Talking with this La Tech coaching staff, they said if Jesse Evans can make a play early, this defense is going to go. So great job. I think Waters' knee had hit the ground right there.
Yeah, they might have got away with one. Third and 18. McCall to the boundary to Noah Rogers, tackled immediately short of the 35-yard line by DeMarcus Griffith-Taylor. And a hold from Louisiana Tech, and some murmurs in the crowd here at Carter-Finley early on.
Yeah, great job by La Tech's defense, rallying to the football and getting off the field. I know I said I like the penalty by the offensive lineman McKay on that drive, George, but obviously it hurt this football team. You got to be able to rally back on your next possession and make sure that you get points moving forward.
Caden Noonkester waiting to receive the snap, just shy of his 20-yard line. Dedrick Latulis awaiting the punt inside his 20, and a bad snap. Noonkester picks it up with plenty of time, gets it off. Not a good punt, but all things considered, better than the alternative. NC State will down it at the 46-yard line, a 20-yard punt, and not a great start, to say the least, for the Wolfpack.
See the ball, he just takes his eyes off of it right there. Got to look it completely in to make sure that you get that kickoff.
Jack Turner and Louisiana Tech will start off in great field position at the 45-yard line after a botched snap on a punt for NC State. Here's Turner, only his sixth start of his career, Orlando.
Yeah, this coaching staff loves his resilience and his ability to compete. Hasn't played a lot, but wants him to get out there and be the leader of this offense. Hopefully he just goes slow and steady and takes care of business.
Davenport in the backfield with him. Turner, poor snap, play action though, recovers, fires it over into NC State territory to Jay Wilkerson. Picks up a nice chunk of change there. It'll be an 8-yard gain. Louisiana Tech moves fast, that's for sure. You'll notice that immediately. Turner, quick toss. That one skips to his receiver, incomplete, intended for True Edwards, son of Troy Edwards.
Yeah, if you're Jack Turner, you want that one back. Got to be able to get the football up a little bit.
We have an NC State player down at the 46-yard line.
It's going to be Brandon Cisse.
And they're already down one corner. Aiden White not dressed for this game. You see Aiden right there. So you had Corey Coley starting in his place, the senior from Jacksonville, Florida. So we'll take a break as they attend to Brandon Cisse, and we hope for the best, certainly. Concerning situation here at Carter-Finley Stadium. Brandon Cisse still down during the break, got rolled up in a quick wide receiver screen by Abdul Fattah Ibrahim. Unfortunately fell on him, but they're trying to get him to his feet, and a good sign there. Let's see what happened here to Brandon Cisse.
Just right here, you could see unbelievable talent. He tries to go and take on the block, and it looks like that knee just gives out. This is going to be a huge impact to this defense moving forward if Brandon Cisse is not able to go. The talent that he has, he's a special kid, this coaching staff says. He's an NFL-type guy and one of the more underrated players on this defense. But it changes everything as a defensive coordinator and how you're able to call plays moving forward if you cannot go.
Devin Marshall checks in for him. Again, Aiden White also out, so they're down 2 starting corners at the moment. Devin Marshall in and Corey Coley, who's normally their nickel, are their 2 starting cornerbacks. Marquise Crosby checks in. He's 18 yards shy of 1,000 yards for his career. 2 tight end set. Turner takes the snap. He's going to run it himself. Lowers the head and is right at the marker as he drops a shoulder. Good block by Marquise Crosby, and it's a first down for Louisiana Tech.
Yeah, that's what having a week 2 bye does. You know, Turner got hurt and dinged up in the first week, but clearly feeling a lot better right there to be able to go and show some physicality to go get the first down for his offense.
Turner dealing with a left leg injury. You see a brace on that leg. Ball the 45-yard line in NC State territory. Turner drops back, fires, incomplete. Intended for Eli Finley, his tight end. Corey Coley in coverage, got a hand on the ball.
Yeah, great tight coverage by Coley right there, being like a blanket, not giving the receiver any opportunity to catch the football.
Marquise Crosby in the backfield on 2nd down and 10. They hand off, and Crosby taken down after a short gain of about 1.5 yards. Sean Brown, who had 11 tackles last week, brings him down.
Yeah, Sean Brown moving from defensive back to the linebacker position, and it's been a burst of energy. Great to see him get downhill, play some physicality, not giving up an inch in that run game. That's what NC State has been harping on all week. Got to be able to stop the run. Unbelievable play right there to bring up 3rd and long.
3rd and 9 for Louisiana Tech. They like their kicker Buchanan. They think they can get him out there from 55 yards as a long. Turner whistles everywhere. Timeout, Louisiana Tech. Sonny Cumbie, their head coach, wants to talk things over.
I like this for Sonny Cumbie. You got a gift starting the ball at the 45, so you got to be able to try to take a nice shot right here to converge and put yourself in a better position to get a fresh set of downs.
So we'll take a break. Sonny Cumbie talking it over with his team. We'll see what happens on the other side. A big 3rd down for Sonny Cumbie's team. You see his resume there, entering his 3rd season with Louisiana Tech as their head coach. Former offensive coordinator for Gary Patterson at TCU, and a couple of stints at Texas Tech where he played there. Started as a walk-on, ended his career beating Aaron Rodgers in a bowl game. And threw for 500 yards in that game.
Not a bad thing to have on your resume.
We'll see if his quarterback here can pick up the 1st down. Call it 3rd and 8.5, and a bad snap. Turner trying to get it, and NC State recovers on the bounce. Caden Fordham. A disastrous event for Louisiana Tech. Fortuitous for NC State. A loss of 17, and the Wolfpack are in business.
Landon Nelson, the center, just fires it back there a little bit too high, and Jack Turner's not able to control it. Got to be able to settle in and focus on the little details. That is a great play for this NC State defense being able to capture some momentum. This offense now has to go down there and score. Reward the defense because they just gave you a gift.
We'll see if NC State can capitalize. Kendrick Raphael in the backfield to the right of Grayson McCall. Kari Collins now motions. And Raphael finds a hole, but then taken down after the gain of about 4 there. DeMarcus Griffin-Taylor brought him down.
Or DGT, as they like to call him at La Tech. Great job seeing the run, having his eyes in the backfield, coming up and making a tackle in the open field. That's what both of these defenses are focusing on today, tackles. They want to minimize the missed tackle, and Taylor with an unbelievable tackle in the open field right there.
Number 82, Keenan Jackson checks in, the true freshman from North Carolina. Raphael and Waters in the backfield. McCall with time, surveying the area, now takes off, tucks and runs and slides at the 42-yard line. Zach Zymos there to cover him up. It'll be 3rd down and about 7.
That play is made by Michael Clark, defensive end. He was able to sniff the screen out and hold the offensive player to now force McCall to pull it down and use his legs to try to get some.
They bring in Matt McCabe at tight end. You see him on the left side of the formation. Raphael in the backfield to the left of McCall. McCall keeps plenty of room to run, weaving through defenders and picks up the first down as he's taken down at the 26-yard line, a 12-yard gain.
Unbelievable job by McCall, just following his lead blockers, understanding that La Tech is playing very aggressive on the backside and bending it. So when you run the RPOs and the zone read options, you're always reading the end man on the line of the scrimmage. And a great job by McCall to pick up the first down with his legs.
We're seeing McCall run more, something he did a lot of at Coastal Carolina.
Defensive coordinators cannot account for the quarterback, George, so the more you could do that, the more yards you're going to be able to pick up and find success.
That was a big part of what he did. They hand it off, trying to get to the edge is Waters. And he picks up about a yard or so there. DGT and Blake Thompson push him out of bounds.
This La Tech defense is fast flowing and downhill. Great job seeing the handoff. That's what I love about this secondary for La Tech. They're constantly looking at what the quarterback is doing and focus on their keys.
2 tight ends out there. You got McCabe and Jolie. Justin Jolie, the transfer from UConn. Jordan Waters in the backfield. Pop pass to Concepcion, tries to turn the corner and taken down behind the line of scrimmage by C.J. Harris. Excellent pursuit there by number 37, Harris. A 4-yard loss.
Great job by C.J. Harris and Kobe Fields. Both of those guys at the linebacker level coming downhill, seeing it. Anytime that you see Casey go in motion, sometimes it's window dressing, but sometimes he's getting the ball. Great job looking at your keys right now for La Tech and coming out here and bringing the physicality to NC State.
We have an injured player for Louisiana Tech, Colby Fields, who's one of their leaders on defense. He's hopped up now onto his feet. Colby has a very interesting story after transferring from, he had 2 transfers from LSU and South Carolina. Morgan will have more on that later.
He's the defensive energy guy, very slippery in space for offensive linemen to get their hands on him. He plays with extension and he plays with some physicality, a little bit of oomph. He's my type of linebacker when you look at stopping the run.
3rd and 13 for Grayson McCall and company. Got to get to the 16-yard line for a first down. McCall changing the play. Louisiana Tech showing blitz. Here comes Tech. Great protection. McCall is going to tuck it. And he gets taken down at the 22-yard line. A gain of 7. Jesse Evans brings him down. And NC State will kick the field goal.
Great job by Jordan Waters picking up the blitz, but an even better job by McCall making a great decision right here, pulling the ball down and picking up what he could get to try to make it an easier field goal. Don't force it if you don't have to. I like the decision making that we're seeing right now from NC State offensively.
39-yard attempt for Kanoa Vineset. The kick is up and good. Just curls in. So NC State takes advantage of the Louisiana Tech turnover and gets on the board first.
Yeah, take the points. In the game of football, it's about momentum. And so as long as you have one more point than the other team, you win that football game. So it didn't happen exactly how you would like it to. You got to find a way to stay head on down in distance. No negative plays moving forward, but a great job just scoring and coming away with points on that drive.
And again, they've certainly struggled early this season. We forget about the game against Tennessee because that thing got away from them after the pick six. But even against Western Carolina in the inaugural game of the season, there were some challenges there. But Dave Doran has done a phenomenal job here since 2020. Not only is he the winningest coach in NC State history, but since 2020, second in the ACC in wins, 22-11, only behind Clemson. So he's done an absolute magnificent job here. They're just trying to break into that double-digit win category.
Yeah, haven't been able to do that for a very, very long time here. But head coach Dave Doran talked about the DNA of this football team. He said they want to be able to run the football, take their shots down the field, and play great defense. So buying into the DNA will allow you to score more and more points and stay connected as a football team.
Vineset with the kickoff. And it sails into the end zone. Louisiana Tech will begin their second drive at their own 25. Our Week 3 ACC Network football lineup continues this afternoon with number 10 Miami, your alma mater Orlando, hosting Ball State at 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific. We'll cap off the night. West Durham, Tom Luganville, Dana Boyle and company, Maryland and Virginia. That's at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Find live sports with Where to Watch only on the ESPN app and ESPN.com, the ultimate viewing guide to live sports.
How about them Hurricanes?
I know you're very proud of them at the moment. There's no doubt about that. Jack Turner and company could not capitalize on good field position the last time. NC State showing blitz. They do not bring the heat, but a good draw play up the middle. Denario Davenport picks up 9 yards on that particular play. So I would say a good play considering the heat was coming around the corner.
Yeah, not only a good play, it's a copycat league. Last week, Tennessee ran this a lot against this NC State defense, was able to have their cake and eat it too. Love that Sonny Cumbie put that out there on film, and now you could look forward to him going back to that at some point during the game. 2nd and 1 from the 34. Turner rolling away from the pressure. He's going to try to run for it, and he should have enough for the first down as Caden Fordham chased him out. He's going to be just shy. Yep. Nope. Yep. They just flashed the second down marker, so there you go. He is going to be just shy. And that's where Jack Turner has to take the next level, right? Understanding just the basic operations of football. Right there, you have a great angle. You have to find a way to be able to spin back inside to pick up the first down. So now they just change it to 3rd down on the marker on the far sideline. It's 3rd and short. A shovel play up the middle, and that's enough for the first down to Denario Davenport. That play worked for Tennessee a number of times last week, although that was something that NC State was prepared for. They just didn't execute last week against Tennessee. Yeah, and a beautiful execution right here. Guys being able to stay in their keys, understanding their run fits. The game of defense is not hard, George. When you look at a defensive line, they have a certain gap, and the second-level linebackers, they have a different gap. Got to be able to fill those gaps to have short yardage gains in the run game. John Locke picks up the first down. Quick toss. And not much there, about a yard to Marquise Crosby, the running back. Red Hibbler brought him down. Interesting play call right there by Sonny Cumbie, especially with NC State being such a fast-flowing defense. Having to fake the run to the opposite side and then try to throw that slip screen. Look for them to speed up that operation and try to get the ball out of Jack Turner's hands faster if they come back to that play later on.
Crosby in the backfield. 2nd and 9. Turner with time, throws it to the outside, incomplete. Jimmy Holiday could not hold on. Devin Marshall in coverage. 3rd and long upcoming.
Already seeing some nice things out of Devin Marshall in coverage right here, staying very close and being able to get his hands up to create an incomplete pass and bring up 3rd and long.
Holiday not happy about how handsy he was, though.
Hey, if the ref doesn't call it, it's not a foul.
3rd and 9 for Louisiana Tech. Blitz coming. They pick it up. They toss. It is complete to Jimmy Holiday. They go back to a similar play. Jackson Vick in coverage there, a 5-yard gain. But it will be shy of the first down. So NC State holds.
2 back-to-back really good plays for the young cornerbacks of this NC State defense. Haven't been getting a lot of work, but an unbelievable play on 2nd down by Marshall. And Jackson Vick gets the defense off the field there on 3rd down.
Jalen Coit awaiting the punt for NC State at his 14-yard line. The punt here by Patrick Ray. Spiraling punt, fair catch, caught at the 21-yard line by Coit, and that's where NC State will begin their next drive. 37-yard punt, no return. Now here's Grayson McCall. And Grayson certainly, again, we already outlined what a great player he was at Coastal Carolina. Burst on the scene really in 2020 during the COVID year. They were ranked as high as 14 that particular season, 3-time Sun Belt Player of the Year. And then, of course, his last year at Coastal Carolina, missed the final 6 games due to a concussion.
George, you have little kids. Remember the Lion King? Remember who you are?
Yep.
Grayson McCall needs to remember who he is for this offense for NC State. He's still the guy that's lit it up at Coastal Carolina. He's got to calm down and be steady for this offense.
Hollywood Smothers gets the ball here, and he picks up 3 or 4 yards there. Blake Thompson hit him right in the chest. 3-yard gain.
Very interesting personnel grouping right there for NC State, having Hollywood and Jordan Waters, 2 running backs in the same field. I'm looking for an option play to come off of that as this game progresses.
Hollywood Smothers, a Charlotte kid, played high school ball with Casey Concepcion. They hand it off again, and this time Smothers goes nowhere. 3rd and 7 upcoming.
You have to find a way to stay connected in the run game. Talking to head coach Dave Doran, he talked about 3.5 yards. That's the standard for this offense. Right now, they are not meeting the standard. In the run game, George, it takes all 11 because everybody needs to do their job in order to find success. They have to be able to get better as this game continues.
It's an experienced offensive line for NC State. Louisiana Tech showing pressure. They back off. But heat coming from the backside. McCall throws it up. And incomplete. Throws it away. David Blay in pursuit of McCall there. 4th down coming. And a punt situation for NC State.
Yeah, David Blay, big nose tackle for La Tech. He's right here. And you could just see the offensive line turns him completely loose. Nobody blocks him. So he's able to chase down McCall and get his defense off the field.
That was the first incompletion for McCall. So Noonkester, who saved a disastrous situation the last time after a bad snap, is back there. Gets this one perfectly. Boots a wobbler, though. That's going to bounce. Take an NC State bounce. And they're going to down it at the 21-yard line. 55-yard punt, no return. 17 ticks on the clock here in the first quarter. George Sedano, Orlando Franklin, Morgan Uber. We have an injury on the field to DeMarcus Jones. as they are attending to him. So many injuries to start this particular contest. This is the part of the game you hate to see.
Yeah, and DeMarcus Jones, being a grad student, plays fullback for this team. Typically, the fullback is on punt pro because they do a great job blocking. He's been a workhorse for this team and carved a way into this program, and his role has been increasing as the weeks have went on. If he's not going to be able to go for the rest of this game, I would imagine a lot of things on your playbook get X'd off because he brings a unique set of skills to the game of football.
Jack Turner comes back on the field as they have to help Jones off the field. Turner 5 of 8 right now for 25 yards. 5 different receivers have received those passes. Davenport in the backfield with him. Wilkerson in motion. They hand it off, flag on the play. Davenport breaks free, lowers the shoulder, will pick up the first down on a 14-yard gain, but we'll see what the laundry's about.
Illegal formation, offense. More than 4 players aligned in the backfield of the snap. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
So Louisiana Tech going backwards.
Those are the ones that get you frustrated as a coach, especially La Tech coming off of a bye week last week where you were able to go good on good. You've got to be able to make sure that you take care of business and line up pre-snap the right way.
That's the end of the first quarter.
Sonny Cumbie not happy with the officiating. His team trails by 3. They'll still have the ball on a 1st and 15 on the other side.
Coach, visibly frustrated there. What did you see in those final 15 seconds?
Well, we call for the formation for the inside receiver to be on the ball, and he checks with that official, and so he tells him he's on the ball, and then they throw the flag. But we got to overcome it. It's a little thing like that we've got to overcome, and we've got to be excellent in terms of our alignments just to start off with to give ourselves a chance for success. Defense is playing great in the first quarter. We've got to play better on offense.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And Jay Wilkerson with the catch there. Sonny Cumbie not happy with the officiating. Incomplete rather, sorry. They'll say he was out of bounds.
Yeah, all you can do is coach your guys and tell your guys what to do. If you check with the official and he says that you're on the ball, a flag shouldn't come out after the play right there. I would be frustrated as well.
2nd and 10. Davenport lowers the shoulder. He'll get back to almost the original line of scrimmage as Sean Brown was the tackler.
Sean Brown a little bit high on that tackle, allowing Davenport to get a couple extra yards. The game of football, especially on the defensive side of the ball, about leverage. The lowest man wins. So if he's able to get a little bit lower, he would be able to bring up a 3rd and a little longer on this play. Instead of right now, it's 3rd and 10.
3rd and 11 as they are still short of the original line of scrimmage. Turner with time throws it down the field. It's caught. True Edwards with a big catch into NC State territory. And Louisiana Tech right at midfield after a 28-yard gain.
If he's even, he's leaving. Drew Edwards able to get the upper hand on Devin Marshall, and Jack Turner, just an unbelievable ball, puts it on the money for Drew to go up and get it.
Jack Turner, again, only his 6th start of his career, was a backup at a number of different spots, including Navarro Junior College.
Sorry, that was on T-Mac Cooley, number 15.
They hand off up the middle, and Davenport fights his way for a little more than a yard.
La Tech has to find a way to get a little bit more out of this running game, especially when you're trying to run to the inside. NC State plays a 3-3-5 defense, so you're going to have to get off the first level of defenders and get on those linebackers quickly because they're coming downhill fast.
Marquise Crosby checks in at running back. He's in the slot to the right of Turner. Now you see him in motion. They fake the handoff to him on the jet sweep. Turner takes the hit, delivers, incomplete. Intended for number 18, Ibrahim. Corey Coley in coverage.
Great coverage by Coley. Jack Turner, know you want this one back. Unbelievable pressure by this NC State defense. And just a great tackle at the end, getting into the quarterback's chest.
3rd and long here for Louisiana Tech. Turner changing the play. 5 seconds on the play clock. NC State brings the heat. They hand it off up the middle to Crosby. Not much there. A 2-yard gain. And 4th down as Caden Fordham brought him down.
Interesting check right there into a run.
They're going for it. That's probably why they decided to run. Nope, they are bringing the punt team out. They thought about it for a second.
Yeah, I wouldn't go for it this early in the game, right around midfield. If you get it, yes, it's a positive. You're able to capture the momentum. But if you don't get it, which is a long 4th down, you put the defense in a bind, giving NC State great field position.
Jalen Coit inside his 10 to receive. Ray punts it to him. End over end punt will bounce into the end zone. Louisiana Tech could not capitalize there. 46-yard punt, no return. And NC State will begin their next drive. Grayson McCall and company will start at the 20. Another slow start here for NC State as we're early in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, they got to do their job just a little bit better and a little bit longer. Trust the 10 guys around you will do their job as well.
Handoff up the middle to the 25-yard line. Jordan Waters trying to create some space for this offense.
Whenever I played the game of football, George, and it was go like this with the slow starts, as an offensive lineman, I would be looking for a pancake out there and just trying to block all the way until the whistle, try to finish a guy to the ground to try to spark some momentum for my offense.
Both teams at 50 yards total at the moment. Terrell Anderson, the freshman from Greensboro, checks in. He's at the bottom of your screen. Play action, McCall. Throws it to Anderson, bobbles it, but catches it. Tries to cut inside and taken down at the 32-yard line. Picks up the 1st down. DGT on the tackle after the 7-yard gain.
Got to catch that one a little bit cleaner if you're Terrell Anderson.
Well, he's got to have a little nerves out there, no? The freshman, the true freshman?
Yeah, but this
Don't you remember when you were a true freshman?
This is week 3, man. The nerves got to be gone at this point. And you got to be able to go and the more plays you make, George, the more playing time you get in an already deep wide receiver team room for the NC State.
That's only his 3rd catch of the season. Jordan Waters in the backfield as McCall changes the play. 1st and 10 from the 32. McCall, clean pocket all day. Now he's going to take off and run, and they bring him down after a 3-yard gain. Jaden Burnett, the redshirt junior from Fort Worth, Texas, brought him down.
Great job by the La Tech secondary, being sticky in coverage, but an even better job by Grayson McCall. That's a great quarterback right there. Don't sit back there and possibly take a sack. Pull it down and go get a couple with your legs. Treat your offensive line good, they'll treat you good in return.
Kendrick Raphael now in the backfield. 2nd and 7 for the Wolfpack. Play action. McCall with time to the outside. It is complete to Wesley Grimes. Enough for a 1st down as he's taken down at the 47-yard line. An 11-yard gain.
Lots of hitches and comebacks where wide receivers and tight ends are just running up the field and coming back, creating some space for Grayson McCall to make easier throws. As this game continues, I'm looking for a double move to try to get some of these safeties and cornerbacks to bite for La Tech and now take a shot over the top with this defense.
They got Casey Concepcion involved early in the game. We haven't seen him in the game for a bit. He's currently not on the field. Handoff on the left side. to Raphael. Picks up 3 yards, just shy of midfield.
Those 3-yard runs is a nice little body blow early in this game. Got to keep at it to try to go for a little bit more. Stay on your blocks a little longer, and those 3-yard runs will turn into 5- and 6-yard gains.
And there's Concepcion. You see him in the slot to the right of McCall. 2nd and 7 for the 50. McCall, play action. Here comes the pressure. He escapes the pocket. Throws to the boundary, complete at the 46-yard line to Wesley Grimes. Again, the Wake Forest transfer paying dividends right now. 4-yard gain, but a flag on the play. We'll see what lead official Nate Black tells us.
Grayson McCall already doing some nice things, corrected some things from last week, stepping up in the pocket, keeping his eyes down the field, and using his legs to buy himself some time.
Long conference here with the officiating crew, as the flag is at the 32-yard line.
When I was playing football, in situations like this, I go up to the ref and be like, you don't know what to call. you guys have no idea what's going on right now. Let's just move on right now.
The crowd not happy either as you hear them.
Yeah, they're having a conference right now on the field, right?
Flag is still on the ground, though. Flag is still on the ground. They have not picked it up. And here's Nate Black, our lead official.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense. 15-yard penalty added to the end of the play. First down.
I don't think he identified the player.
Yeah, he didn't identify the player, but that is a major penalty 15 yards after the play for NC State's offense.
Yeah, if you're Louisiana Tech, you can ill afford these huge mistakes that they've had to this point.
That's always the biggest fear coming off a bye week, that your team is going to get a little rusty, might be a little sloppy, which causes penalties.
Jordan Waters checks back in to the right of McCall. There's Concepcion in motion. McCall takes a deep shot just outside the outstretched arms of his intended target, Noah Rogers.
I know it's incomplete, but that goes a long way for a guy like Grayson McCall, who has been struggling a little bit with the timing of things and understanding the catch radius of these guys. Noah Rogers gets the step and is able to create a little bit of separation. He just missed it by 6 inches, but I love the aggressiveness of that play. Stay aggressive moving forward.
2nd and 10 as they go into the hurry up. A flag on the play. It's been a sloppy game all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Illegal substitution. Offense breaking the huddle with more than 11 players. 5-yard penalty. It's a 2nd down.
And the miscues continue now for both sides.
Yeah, as a coach, you hate that because the quarterback is responsible for making sure that you just have 11 guys, but also when you do so much different changes with your personnel, those guys are running in and they're calling the package, so you got to be able to step out in that situation to get out of the huddle and not penalize your team.
Concepcion checks out. Jalen Coit checks in. Empty backfield for McCall on 2nd and 15. McCall all day. Flushed out now, throws on the run. Caught there near the sticks, just shy to Justin Jolie. They call him the inside receiver. He's a hybrid tight end receiver type, and you see right there a monster play, a gain of 14.
Yeah, he's 251 as well, George, but he does a great job staying alive. Grayson McCall as well doesn't panic. They're able to now rotate his shoulders and deliver a dart.
Good news that DeMarcus Jones is back on the field, the fullback for NC State. Ninth play of the drive started at their own 20 for the Wolfpack. Waters and Jones in the backfield. Waters gets the handoff up the middle, trying to push the pile. It's going to be close. La Tech is saying they've held. No first down signal yet.
Great job by La Tech, swarming to the football, being aggressive.
And now the first down signal comes.
But if you're La Tech, I know they got the first down, but cannot be discouraged by that. You want to try to make NC State's offense as one-dimensional as possible. So continue to stay aggressive in the run game, and hopefully you could turn this into a passing thing to try to steal a possession or two.
McCall looks more comfortable certainly out there. And more whistles. Holy moly.
The previous play is under further review for potential illegal substitution.
Oh, if that's against NC State, that would be awful.
I'd imagine Coach Dave Doran would blow a gasket in a situation like that.
Yeah, he is not thrilled at the moment, asking questions.
In the red area, you have to be perfect. Whenever you cross the 30-yard line, everybody needs to either lock in and pick their game up a notch.
All right, let's take a break. We'll find out what they say regarding this review in a moment.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. First down.
After further review, the Wolfpack first down stands. Orlando, how do they punctuate this drive?
I think because of your ability to run the football right here, I would take a nice hard run at it, but then I'm taking some shots at the end zone.
Jordan Waters in the backfield. McCall with time to the end zone. Out of bounds, intended for Noah Rogers, the Ohio State transfer. DeMarcus Griffin-Taylor in tight coverage there.
Beautiful job by DeMarcus Griffin-Taylor, able to squeeze Noah Rogers to the end zone, to the sideline right there. That's what you need to do when you're in one-on-one coverage. Use the out of bounds as your advantage. You know that receiver's running a go, trying to go over the top. You can, if you're able to have some great body control, you could put him out of position to create an incomplete.
11th play of the drive. They've accumulated 59 yards at the moment and 5:41 off the clock. 2nd and 10. Handoff. Smothers leaps a defender. Check that, Kendrick Raphael. DeMarcus Griffin-Taylor was the man who was left over, and about a 4.5-yard gain.
Yeah, DGT, you got to keep your head up. Raphael, unbelievable balance right there, getting up and over. It's always a little scary. I think we got an injury for La Tech right now.
C.J. Harris.
The middle linebacker of that defense. Tackling machine.
Yeah, he was slow getting up. Seems to be kind of positioning his right arm in a strange way as well. But walking off on his own power.
That's those system check ones. Hopefully he's able to come back into this football game. But in the game of football, it's so violent, it's so physical, that sometimes you just gotta wait a second after a tackle or after a big hit, do a nice little system check to see how your body feels. And if you're good to go, you pop back up, you get back out there.
Makai Mason checks in for Harris at linebacker. Kendrick Raphael in the backfield. You see some shifting along the line of scrimmage for Louisiana Tech. Bulldogs come with pressure right up the middle. McCall lofts it to the end zone, sails it over Casey Concepcion. McCall took a hit on that play by Zach Zymos.
Zach Zymos, great job blitzing and filling and getting back there. But, man, if you're Grayson McCall, you want that one back. Casey Concepcion had a step, had his defender beat. Got to be able to connect on that one. I think that's what head coach Dave Doran meant by make your layups. That one is a layup when your wide receiver has his defender beat by a couple yards.
Vine set, a 35-yard attempt. His first one from 39 was good. Vine set, 3 for 3 on the season, trying to make it 4 for 4, and it's up and good. So NC State puts 3 more on the board. Louisiana Tech looking to answer. ESPN supports the College Football Playoff Foundation's Extra Yard for Teachers Week each year to celebrate great teachers across the country who have inspired so many of us. Nominate a great teacher in your community by visiting cfpfoundation.org. George Sedano, Orlando Franklin, Morgan Uber with you here. Colin Smith set to kick off as NC State put 3 more on the board. DeMarcus Griffin-Taylor back there to receive along with Omari Wiggins. We'll have more on our initiative in just a second here with Morgan Uber. Morgan, what do you got?
Yeah, for Extra Yard for Teachers Week, teachers around the country changing lives everywhere. And for running back Jordan Waters, it was his middle school librarian, Libby Bertotti. Waters was selected to be her library assistant in 7th grade, and her daughter Morgan, a middle school cheerleader, was invited to cheer at a local college football game, and the family, knowing Waters was a big college football fan, invited him to come along. That first game for Waters just so happened to be NC State at Duke, and pretty ironic now he's played for both of these teams, and Libby told me Waters was cheering for Duke that day. She is a Duke fan, but regardless of the jersey he's in, she's a Jordan Waters fan, guys.
Thank you, Morgan. We salute Libby. Great story. Quick toss out there to Marlon Jackson. Jackson makes a man miss and then scampers out of bounds near the 40-yard line to the 41. They pick up a first down there after a 16-yard gain.
Great job by Marlon Jackson. That might be the burst for this offense that you need. Unbelievable field, being able to turn it up and pick up that first down.
Davenport in the backfield. Play action. They toss to the sideline to Jimmy Holiday. Picks up a couple of yards. Corey Coley on the tackle. Morgan, by the way, did a fantastic job on that story, finding Libby. I mean, you want to talk about investigative reporting. Not easy to find an elementary school teacher. Great job, Morgan, as always.
Yeah, teachers all around the world, salute to you guys. You guys do an unbelievable job and have a huge impact on young people moving forward.
You see the games upcoming later today in the ACC on the top of your screen. All of a sudden, there's some games in action that you got to keep an eye on. BC was leading a little while ago at Missouri. They hand off up the middle to Davenport. Not much there, maybe a gain of 1. So Missouri was trailing. We'll check that score. And then Florida State was trailing against Memphis, staring 0-3 potentially in the face. 3rd and 7 upcoming.
I'm Sonny Cumby. I'm thinking screen here at some point. NC State has been very aggressive on defense. That's how they play. They like to send pressure. If you can hit a nice little slip screen behind the first level defenders, you might be able to create an explosive.
The Bulldogs 3 for 6 on 3rd downs. Pressure coming. They pick it up. Turner's going to tuck it and run. He's got the first down and then some as he dives forward to the 46-yard line. A 10-yard gain for Turner. And despite some of the miscues with the snaps, Turner has done a nice job here so far.
Yeah, sneaky athletic. Great job by him pulling it down and using his legs to pick up the first down.
Turner goes quickly. Good protection. Turner takes a deep shot. His man is open. He goes up for it, climbs the ladder. True Edwards with the catch at the 5-yard line.
All day on the protection. A beautiful ball by Turner. True climbs the ladder, as you say, partner, to go up and snag that one out the air.
41-yard gain for the Bulldogs, and they're knocking at the door. Could take the lead here.
Biggest play of the game right there. Now it's time to settle down, focus in on your keys, and make sure you walk away from this drive in the end zone, scoring 6.
Davenport in the backfield. Under 3 minutes to go here in the half. Davenport takes it, spins out of trouble, puts the ball over the goal line for a touchdown. Louisiana Tech scores on a 5-yard plunge by Denario Davenport, and they tie this ball game pending the extra point.
Great job by Jack Turner. You know you're running that zone read, and Davenport just has to beat the last man on the line of scrimmage. By Jack pulling out a little bit, it creates a little bit of hesitation and just enough crease for Davenport to shoot in the end zone and score 6 points for this offense.
Buck Buchanan for the extra point. The extra point is up and good. A 6-play drive, 75 yards, 2 minutes and 47 seconds off the clock. The big play there, the 41-yard pass to True Edwards down to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, it takes a village. Everybody blocking and doing their assignment. Jack Turner able to go through his progression and find True Edwards on the sideline. Beautiful catch, creating some momentum. And then how do you create more momentum? You run the football in. You put it on the big boys up front. You tell them to go out there and dominate the guy in front of you and go get a 7. Unbelievable play calling right now by Sonny Cumbie at this offense.
Let's check in with Morgan with an update on Grayson McCall, the quarterback for NC State.
Well, guys, just 2 minutes ago, I saw quarterback Grayson McCall walk into the team tunnel with trainers, a towel over his head, walking toward the locker room, and C.J. Bailey was on the sidelines warming up here for this Wolfpack offense.
That is not good news for NC State. Thank you, Morgan, for that update. C.J. Bailey, though, played on arguably the best high school team in the country last year. His top target was Jeremiah Smith, the true freshman at Ohio State, who is wowing everybody around the college football world.
Yeah, and this coaching staff talks about CJ. He has that certain it factor, great skills. He brings a lot to the table, but if Grayson McCall is unable to go, that is going to shake a lot of things up for this offense, because Grayson got here this past offseason. So he was taking all of those reps, trying to get the timing down, trying to get a connection with this offense. This is going to be different now with C.J. Bailey going in, because it's a lot different of a person that changes a lot up front for this whole entire offense.
C.J. Bailey, freshman from Chaminade Madonna High School, again, one of the top programs in the country last year. He was a 2-time Florida Offensive Player of the Year, and he is seeing some action here.
Big kid, 6'6", 210 pounds, true freshman.
Bailey hands it off on the left side. Hollywood Smothers gives them some breathing room after a 7-yard gain. Jesse Evans with the tackle.
Gotta like that response for this offense on 1st and 10, picking up 7, especially with your young quarterback in there, right? You want to be nice and easy implementing them out there in this football game.
We have word now that Grayson McCall is out for the rest of the game. So it'll be C.J. Bailey's show here in Raleigh. 2nd and 4. Bailey keeps. Tries to wiggle through the line of scrimmage. Gains 2 more there. Jesse Evans brought him down.
This is the 2-minute timeout.
A 3rd and 2 for the true freshman from Hollywood, Florida. McCall out, Bailey in. Welcome back here to Carter-Finley. Grayson McCall out for the rest of the game. C.J. Bailey at the helm for Dave Doran's squad. It's 3rd and 2 upcoming from their own 33-yard line. Kendrick Raphael in the backfield with him. And we're going to see what the true freshman is made of. They raved about his upside when we spoke to Robert Nye, their offensive coordinator. Bailey is going to run. Flag on the play, and he gets upended just past the marker, so it'll be a 1st down. McIlvain brought him down, but we'll see what the laundry's about.
Holding. Offense, number 74. 10-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Anthony Belton with the infraction.
As an offensive lineman, you know, this is where it gets tough. On the right, you're going to see big number 75 just stay connected a little bit too long. That's what makes it really hard for an offensive lineman, trying to have eyes in the back of your head, not knowing if your quarterback is going to scramble. with C.J. Bailey coming into this game now, you're going to have to be locked in and understand he might run a little bit more than Grayson McCall. So when you feel a defender trying to disengage.
Louisiana Tech, it will be 30 seconds.
Timeout for the Bulldogs. So go ahead, Orlando.
Yeah, when you see a defender trying to engage, move him forward, you got to be right up in their chest if you're going to hold on to those chest pads, but can't have your hands all wild and everywhere because the referees are going to key into that.
Certainly a lot to clean up if you're NC State, that's for sure. Coming up at halftime, it's the Auto Owners Insurance Halftime Report. Taylor Tannenbaum, E.J. Manuel, and Eric McLean will have you covered. Update from Tallahassee. Another top 10 win for the ACC. And the Backyard Brawl preview. They'll be live from Charlottesville for Virginia and Maryland tonight on ACC Network.
I would try to run a slip screen or some type of screen right here, 3rd and long.
3rd and 12.
Get the ball out of CJ's hands as fast as possible.
Bailey with time. Launches one down the sideline, out of bounds, though, intended for Noah Rogers. DeMarcus Griffin-Taylor, again, excellent coverage. And NC State will be forced to punt.
Yeah, talking to Sonny Cumbie and his coaching staff this week, they said they wanted to find out if their cornerbacks could cover this wide receiver group. I would say DeMarcus Griffin-Taylor has been doing an excellent job so far today.
I'd love to hear from Morgan's perspective because she's down there. It feels like Louisiana Tech, you see them on the sideline, they're bouncing, they're jumping, they're into this thing right now, and they feel like they can hang here, like they believe right now.
Yeah, you just scored a touchdown. Your defense gets out there on the field, gets a nice quick turnaround, and now you're getting the ball back with the opportunity to score before half.
Latulis fields the punt at his 25 and thrown down at the 28-yard line. A 53-yard punt, 6-yard return. Jackson Vick with the suplex of Latulis there.
I think you look at both these football teams and how this one has started, George, and you're looking for somebody to create that spark, find that momentum some way, somehow.
Let's check in with Morgan.
Well, George, I will say this NC State sideline still has pretty good energy themselves. And, you know, the respond was the key word for this team coming into this week. And leaders like Davin Van, who wears that #1 jersey for this defense, you know, getting his team going, asking a lot from his guys, saying, you know, what we put on film last week, that wasn't us. Now they have an opportunity to show that. So they still have good spirits and things are still high on both sidelines right now. It's still early.
Thank you, Morgan. Appreciate that. Great stuff there. Play action for Turner. He finds Edwards again. Edwards pinballing off defenders. He's going to take off and run. A lot of green grass headed towards the sideline. He turns on the Jets. He's going to walk into the end zone for the touchdown. A 71-yard score for the Bulldogs. Great block there by Wiggins, the running back.
Love the play fake. Love the play call by Sonny Cumbie right here. And True Edwards looking more like his father. Troy Edwards, have played in the NFL on 5 different teams at the wide receiver position. Unbelievable speed, but a great job with his balance running through some of those arm tackles to create a massive play for this offense. That's how you capture the confidence. That's how you get your team rolling, by making big plays like that. Great job by True Edwards.
That's the longest play for Louisiana Tech in 2 years. And they get the extra point up and good, and they take an 8-point lead with a little more than 119 on the clock. The Louisiana Tech fans, they are fired up here at Carter-Finley.
Those are the best drives in football. The one-play touchdown drives, man, as an offensive lineman, you're high-fiving everybody. You're hanging out. You're saying, great job, guys. Way to go out there. And now I can get back on the sidelines and get a little bit of water and catch my breath.
I don't think you were a huge underdog in college very many times. But in the pros, maybe you might have been an underdog a couple of times here or there. What is that underdog feeling like if they've got this lead heading into the half?
Oh, it's the best feeling in the world. You know that you can compete. You know that you're out there flying around making plays, and you're trusting guys are going to now even pick it up another level. When you come in as an underdog, you're looking for guys to make plays. When you go in at halftime with the lead as an underdog, you know that guys have made plays, and now you're looking around in the locker room saying, who's next? Who's going to make the next great play? So you're fired up if you're La Tech.
Drew Edwards, 3 catches, 141 yards with the touchdown. Remember, both corners are out. Starting corners are out for NC State, Aiden White and Brandon Cisse. And of course, Grayson McCall out as well. The kick into the end zone. So NC State, the Wolfpack, will begin their next drive at their own 25-yard line. I'm guessing now that I think about it, you may not have been an underdog very many times even in the NFL. You played with Peyton Manning. You played with Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, I was going to say my rookie year in 11, Tebow Mania.
Yeah, maybe then for sure. Certainly in that playoff game. Coming up later at 6:30 Eastern, live from Charlottesville, the ACC Huddle crew will be back with highlights and complete breakdowns of all the afternoon games. They get you ready for Maryland and Virginia at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Then after the game, they'll have full post-game coverage to wrap up the night. All of it right here on ACC Network and the ESPN app. CJ Bailey in at quarterback again. Grayson McCall out. Bailey, the true freshman, throws a complete pass there. And his receiver picks up the first down. It's Noah Rogers, the Ohio State transfer, on the 12-yard gain, weaving through traffic, and NC State on the move.
That's what it's going to take for this NC State offense. Getting the ball quick out of CJ's hands, but guys putting their foot in the ground, making a guy miss in space, and picking up yards after the catch.
Bailey, pump fakes again, throws over the middle, intercepted! Colby Fields snagged it out of the air. And it continues to spiral for the Wolfpack.
That's where you see the inexperience of C.J. Bailey. Kobe Fields, middle linebacker here, number 10, looking at it all the way. C.J. Bailey has to do a better job with his eyes, being able to look it off. Cannot just lob it up there for the defender to get it. Kobe Fields, exceptional job keeping his eyes on the quarterback the whole entire time.
And Kobe Fields, remember, was down earlier in the game, came back in. And now Sonny Cumbie and company looking to get frisky.
Yeah, I'm thinking double move here. The protection has been good. Let's take a shot.
Jack Turner has played well thus far in his 6th start of his career. Turner with time, takes a shot, sails it over the head of his intended target, Jimmy Holiday. Not on the same page on that one. Good coverage there by number 5, DK Kaufman for NC State.
Yeah, real miss by Jack Turner, just not on the same page. That ball must have came out of his hands a little bit weird because he missed Jimmy Holiday by a couple yards on that last one.
There's Turner's numbers. Under a minute to go in the first half. Turner again learned a lot as the backup at multiple stops. They feel he's ready. Shovel pass. Ball's on the ground. Denario Davenport, they'll say incomplete. 3rd down and long.
That one came out a little bit weird. Davenport not able to look it in all the way. This is the biggest 3rd down of the game if you're this La Tech offense. 52 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. Protection has to be great. Everybody has to be great in order to converge this one.
That's the 3rd shovel play of the game. We saw Tennessee, as I mentioned earlier, do that a number of times. 3rd and 10 from the 46-yard line. A draw play up the middle. Davenport gets to the 40, a 6-yard gain. Still a little long for Buchanan. They trust his leg from 55 yards out. They're going to probably go here as they're staying on the field at the moment.
Yeah, you want to bleed this clock as much as possible right now.
Do you try the crazy long field goal if you bleed the clock?
No, I'd lie.
You've got one more timeout.
Absolutely. With where NC State's offense has been today, yes, I would.
And a timeout, NC State. They will have 2 left over. So what is NC State and Dave Doran and company talking about here?
somebody's got to make a play defensively. They're going for it. At the very least, you have to turn over on downs right here. At the very least. If somebody could go out there and create a takeaway, great for our football team. Maybe we capture a little momentum, but at the very least, you got to draw a line in the dirt and get off the field right here.
It would be a 58-yard attempt from here if they tried the field goal. Again, when we spoke to Sonny Cumbie, I asked him about, and I ask every coach this basically, where do you trust your guy from? And he didn't hesitate, remember? He said 55 yards is the long we feel comfortable with.
Yeah, so let's make it 58. Let's go for it for 3 extra yards because there's only 18 seconds left in this half.
Sonny Cumbie, a Mike Leach disciple, played for him, coached with him. May he rest in peace. Talked about the influence he had on him. Obviously Cliff Kingsbury as well, played with him, coached with him. And then Gary Patterson, an incredible influence on him as well. 4th and 4 for the Bulldogs. And they'll take their final timeout. So Sonny Cumbie, did he want to see what the defense looked like? Is he talking it over maybe with his team, maybe both?
I think you might have called a play right there and just broke the huddle, and NC State might have been in a different coverage. So you can't keep the timeouts with you in the second quarter. They don't roll over. Might as well call one right here and try to get the perfect play.
Yeah, it's kind of like my vacation days. They don't roll over either.
Oh, man, I wish they did.
Got to take them. Take the family time when you can. Buck Buchanan is trotting out for a 58-yard field goal attempt.
And I like this decision.
It'll be officially 57, Orlando.
I love this decision because if you do it, you get a great field goal in and you get some points. But if you don't, NC State has been struggling offensively and they're on their backup quarterback already. They've been playing great defense so far today.
DK Kaufman in the back of the end zone just in case to potentially return it. Buchanan kicks it. He's got a lot of leg, and it's good! 57 yards! A career long for Buck Buchanan, and Louisiana Tech extends their lead to 11 with 13 ticks in the first half.
I know that's a career long for Buck Buchanan, and congratulations to that young man hitting that 57-yard field goal. But George, that play was made because of what we saw out of True Edwards on the drive before, being able to catch the ball over the middle, run through some arm tackles, and score a massive touchdown for this La Tech offense. When you create momentum and you capture it, and I told you this already, you start looking around. Who's going to make the next big play? And Buck Buchanan just made the next big play for this La Tech football team.
A stunned crowd here at Carter-Finley. The Louisiana Tech fans, they are excited.
Yeah, they're in that one little section, and it's us against the world, right? You got to have that mentality coming into NC State. They've played a phenomenal job of football so far.
All 3 drives that have led to scores for Louisiana Tech as the ball sails to the back of the end zone have been under 3 minutes. They have definitely had a quick strike offense, very typical of the air raid.
Yeah, that's what Sonny Cumbie comes from, and that's what he likes to do. He likes to tempo you, and he likes to take his shots down the field. Right now, you got to be feeling really good connecting on some of those shots. And now you know that you could get in pass rush mode and make some checks and on defense moving forward, because NC State's going to have to throw the ball, and you're going to get your opportunities to rush the passer.
Dave Dorn has seen enough. It looks like they're going to kneel this, and they do. They are going into the locker room to discuss what they're going to do. Again, Grayson McCall is out for the rest of the game. C.J. Bailey, the true freshman from Chaminade, Madonna, and the crowd is booing this Wolfpack team as they head into the locker room. 6 quarters without an offensive touchdown for NC State. Let's send it to Taylor and the crew for the halftime report.
Welcome into your Auto Owners Insurance halftime report. Live from beautiful Charlottesville, Virginia, the ACC Huddle's hanging out, getting you ready for this 8 p.m. under the lights kickoff between Virginia and Maryland there at Scott Stadium. It is ready to go, and tonight it will be bumping because the Hoos are 2-0 heading into this old rivalry game. EJ Manuel, Eric McLean, I'm Taylor Tannenbaum. Right now you're watching NC State, Louisiana Tech here on ACC Network. Wolfpack trailing 17-6 at halftime. And we heard Dave Dorn talking to Morgan Uber before the game saying, we have to go out there and play angry. What have you seen from the Pack in the first half?
Playing depressed, not angry. Different emotion, doesn't work the same. These guys just aren't doing really anything well. I mean, you've got drops. You've got a quarterback with horrible ball security. You've got guys just throwing the ball willy-nilly into double coverage. EJ, it is not good what we're seeing from NC State.
Yeah, you really got to sit down with this young quarterback, CJ Bailey, and just tell him, hey, look, you don't have to force anything, because that was a forced error there,
right.
And really an opportunity that La Tech was able to get 3 points. Actually, it was really good that NC State's defense held them to 3, because you could imagine if they get a touchdown there, that bears them back even more. And I don't believe NC State gets the ball back
They do
at
not.
the beginning of the second half. So it's going to be tough, but you got to get the young guy to understand it, start seeing the field clearly.
Who can help with CJ Bailey, making, by the way, his first career start? He is a freshman.
Yeah.
6 snaps last week against Tennessee, but did not throw a pass. So if this were you, because you've been in this position before as a quarterback, what do you do to aid you in that first start?
Well, if I'm a coach, if I'm Robert Anai, the offensive coordinator, I mean, call some stuff that gets him in motion. And whatever those plays are, again, I've never seen this young man practice, but I know most times play action passing, hitting guys out in the flat, finding ways to take shots one-on-one. You have one of the best receivers. Now, we don't know if Casey Concepcion is still hurt, not sure exactly where he's at, but use him. Just find out ways to isolate that guy, work one-on-one, maybe some choice routes, and give him some opportunities where you can see the field easy.
Noah Rogers, Joe Lee, like, get these guys involved, get them out in space. And I like what you said. Let him roll out a little bit. Get him moving, get some easy targets, get that confidence rolling.
And if you do want to take something positive, that NC State defense with a big stop there.
Yeah, look, they'll be okay. I mean,
Right.
it's the first half, and I'm sure there's a shock to all. It's a shock to us, for sure, but it's also a shock to the fans there in Raleigh. But they're going to be all right. They'll come out of this in the second half.
This halftime report is presented by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Welcome back to the Auto Owners Insurance Halftime Report. The ACC Huddle live with you all day from Charlottesville, but our pregame show will take over at 6:30 right here on ACC Network as we get you set for the little rivalry game, big rivalry game between Virginia and Maryland. And down there at NC State, Caden Fordham, huge fumble recovery there. Defense going to have to come out big here in the second half to start off against the Bulldogs, trailing 17-6 at halftime. Enjoy the second half. We'll see you after the game.
Welcome back to Raleigh. NC State in trouble here at the half, down 17-6 as we get ready to begin the third quarter. The big story here, Grayson McCall injured and out for the rest of the game.
Yeah, he's been running for his life today. The protection hasn't been as good as you would like it. He's taking some shots, and it's going to be a big blow for this team not being able to go moving forward in the second half.
CJ Bailey, the true freshman, came in from Chaminade Madonna, threw that interception there, and they have struggled to move the ball. Again, only 2 field goals for NC State. So you lose your starting quarterback as we welcome you back inside here at Carter-Finley Stadium. George Sedano, Orlando Franklin, Morgan Uber will join us in just a second. You lose your starter. What are the conversations like in that locker room?
Yeah, everything changes. You know, CJ has had to learn how to be Grayson McCall at this point, coming into this season being the backup quarterback. But now he is the guy. He has to go out there and look at his teammates, and somebody has to make a play.
Right.
Don't put too much on this young man's plate. You've got to be able to go out there and create momentum somehow. So somebody has to come up big for this NC State offense to get things rolling.
Louisiana Tech will start off the second half on offense. Let's check in with Morgan.
NC State head coach Dave Doran's energy was infectious coming down the tunnel, and he looked at me and said, this is now quarterback CJ Bailey's opportunity. He needs to go out and be himself and seize it, spinning it very positively. And as far as Louisiana Tech head coach Sonny Cumbie, he said we really should have more points on offense if we were executing at a higher level. Defensively, he sang the praises of his defense. That DNA, execute with technique, with violence, and finish has been a theme of this Louisiana Tech team dating back to last season, something that he hopes he can see his team do here in these final 30 minutes.
Thank you, Morgan. An uphill climb for NC State. It begins on defense here for them. La Tech has 202 yards of total yardage to the moment. Turner throws one, almost intercepted a dangerous pass. Caden Fordham tried to snag it, could not haul it in.
Wow, Caden Fordham comes out of nowhere right there and almost gets an opportunity for this team. Great pressure by NC State, only rushing 4 up front, but able to get to Jack Turner and force him to throw that ball a little bit behind.
Delayed blitz there by Devon Betty from St. Thomas Aquinas in Fort Lauderdale. Turner on 2nd and 10. Hands it off to Denario Davenport, a short game. Davin Van, who fired up the team and had a team-only meeting after that Tennessee loss with the tackle there.
Yeah, one of the leaders of this football team, not just the defense, coming up with a big play. Right now, it's pass rush all the way, and he is one of their better pass rushers up front. He's got to get that motor going and create some pressure on Jack Turner.
3rd and 8 for the Bulldogs. NC State trying to heat him up. He takes the hit. The ball's in the air. It's intercepted. NC State running it back. Takes it back to the house. A pick 6 by DK Kaufman. And just like that, the Wolfpack is back in this one. Great pressure there by the aforementioned Davin Van, the leader.
Talking with DC, Tony Gibson, he said he loves to bring pressure. I told you, if they're going to get back in this game, it was going to be on Davin Van. He got that motor going, unbelievable pick, and DK Kaufman is able to wheel through the traffic and get to the end zone. That's the play you need if you're NC State, to get your offense going. Not only did you create a turnover, you put up points defensively. Great job.
A 33-yard interception return. Excellent all around, as you mentioned. The extra point is up and good. And the Wolfpack cut into the Bulldogs' lead, and they're only down 4. You couldn't ask for a better start for NC State.
Yeah, unbelievable series right there. But you got to love the pressure that they're putting on Jack Turner. Whether they're only bringing 4 or they're blitzing the house, you have to have effective plays on the quarterback. Right there, when you have that an effective play on the quarterback, it becomes contagious. And DK, unbelievable job after the catch, turning into a wide receiver and getting into the end zone for NC State.
We didn't hear much from Davin Van, though, in that first half. He has made his impact felt here early on in the second half. And the energy in this building has completely shifted.
Anytime you score on defense, right, especially at halftime, you're talking about quick 3-and-out defense, quick 3-and-out. That's what you thrive for as a coaching staff and a defensive coordinator when you're out. They one-up that, George. Not only did they get the offense off the field, they were able to score a touchdown while their offense is still there resting.
Colin Smith to kick it off for NC State. DeMarcus Griffin-Taylor and Amari Wiggins set to receive. The ball sails through the end zone, and Louisiana Tech will start their next drive at their own 25-yard line. If you're Sonny Cumbie, what are you telling Jack Turner in only his 6th start? He's played so well in the first half, and then obviously a disastrous play on that last drive.
Yeah, I got to slow it down if I'm Sonny Cumbie. The way that I call plays, I don't want my quarterback to lose his confidence. I got to tell him, hey, brush it off, have that short-term memory loss, because there's still a lot of football left. Cannot look up at the scoreboard and say and feel discouraged. You got to go out there and execute and be the reason why your team comes back and wins this football game or scores more touchdowns in this one.
Turner, play action pressure coming. He lofts one out there to his tight end, Finley, and he can't get away from DK Kaufman, who is making his presence felt as well here early in the 3rd quarter.
Another big play. DK Kaufman is going to be on tight end Eli Finley, number 84. As soon as the ball gets there, it wraps him up, holds him, and waits for everybody to rally to the football.
This NC State team has been led by their defense for many years under Dave Dorn. And they're going to have to step up here in the second half. Turner sidearms one, incomplete, intended for Marlon Jackson. Jackson got spun around there and could not make the catch.
Incomplete pass, and that happens because Corey Cooley getting downhill from that cornerback position. Normally they're nickelback playing in place of Brandon Cisse, but an unbelievable job getting downhill to break that one up and create third and long.
3rd and 10 coming up. Aiden White and Brandon Cisse, both starting corners, out for NC State. Devin Marshall and Corey Coley in for them. They dump it down to the tailback Davenport. He tries to get out of trouble. A short gain there as Sean Brown snuffed it out immediately.
Your head coach Dave Dorn, you got to be very excited about how your defense has come out in this second half. A quick turnover that leads to points on an interception for a pick six, and then your defense goes out there and creates a 3-and-out to get your offense back on the field.
Patrick Ray set to punt. He awaits the punt at the 13-yard line. Jalen Coit set to receive inside his 35. Sky-high punt. Coit backing up inside the 25 to the 23-yard line. A fair catch. 49-yard punt. No return. NC State back in this one, looking to take the lead. Welcome back here to Carter-Finley Stadium. You see the summary there. Grayson McCall out. CJ Bailey in at quarterback. Grayson out due to injury, but the NC State defense getting him back in to this particular contest. What does the offense need to do?
I think you got to simplify this offensive playbook. Get the ball out of CJ's hands as fast as possible. Find number 10, KC Concepcion. He is your stud. And when you run the football, make sure it's for at least 3.5 yards every time you get that opportunity. 5
straight drives without a catch for Concepcion. They hand it off to Waters, tries to spin out of trouble and taken down immediately by Kobe Fields.
That's what can't happen for NC State's offense. When you take the opportunity and get the opportunity to run the football, it's got to go for more than that.
David Blay, Orlando, my apologies, has to get off the field because his helmet came off. The defensive tackle for Louisiana Tech.
They're going to miss him. He's been great for them. When you're a defensive lineman or offensive lineman, your name doesn't get called a lot. That means you're doing a good job. So hopefully the big fella is able to get back in there.
2 tight ends out there. They got the big package out there. Orlando, I know you'd love to see that, especially with a young quarterback out there. Play action. Waters picks up the blitz. Bailey down the field. It's caught near midfield to Dakari Collins. He breaks the tackle and gets taken down at the 48-yard line by Michael Richard, a 23-yard gain. And the young freshman showing off his arm.
Magnificent throw by CJ Bailey. But Collins, that's the plays that you need to make. You need to make a guy miss in the open field. Be relentless after the catch. That's how you get back into this one. That's how you win this football game for your young quarterback who started as a true freshman right now.
And give it up to Jordan Waters, as I mentioned during the call. Incredible block there, one-on-one. Keenan Jackson checks in now for Dakari Collins. Bailey to the outside. It's caught by Grimes. Grimes wrapped up 2 yards shy of the marker. Cedric Woods tested for the first time in this contest. One of the leaders in the secondary, an 8-yard gain.
That's the added dimension that CJ Bailey gives you. Gives you the RPO stuff. So Wesley Grimes had the corner back off of him a little bit. CJ Bailey able to see that and now hit Wesley Grimes. Continue to build that confidence, those nice, easy throws. Great job by the young fellow right there in Bailey.
Waters and Jones, the fullback, in the backfield now. 2nd and 2. Bailey hands it off to Waters. Tries to cut back inside. Not much there. Jesse Evans first on the scene to bring him down. 3rd down upcoming.
If you're head coach Dave Dorn right here, you got to love this situation, especially having CJ Bailey, young and athletic. Just cut him loose right here. Some kind of RPO where he's able to read the backside defensive lineman and maybe pull it and use some of his athleticism to go get the first down.
Dakari Collins at receiver checks back in after that big catch. Empty backfield. 3rd and 2. Look for a run here with Bailey, perhaps. Nope. Quick toss there to Grimes. A slip screen for the first down as he gets inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. A 5-yard gain and another Wolfpack first down. Looks like Bailey is settling in here.
Yeah, nice rhythm. Nice, quick, easy throws. I like how they're calling it for Bailey right now. Comebacks, easy reads over the middle, but slip screens as well, where he's just catching it and throwing it out there and allowing his guys to make plays for him.
Louisiana Tech trying to shuffle off a player. They do. Running backs are both split wide here. Quick toss again. Another slip screen. And this time wrapped up immediately as KC Concepcion. David Blay back on the field now after having to run off earlier. Makes the tackle, a 1-yard loss for Concepcion.
That is a 303-pound nose tackle running to the hashes to go make a tackle in the open field for a tackle for a loss at that. Exceptional job by David Blay right there.
Concepcion checks out. 2nd and 11. Waters and Raphael in the backfield. Play action. Bailey finds Waters open in the flat. Waters down the sideline, lowers his shoulder, goes down the sideline, gets in the end zone. Touchdown, although they're claiming he may have stepped out at the 31-yard line. Good block there by the true freshman, Keenan Jackson.
Great block, but a beautiful play design as you have Waters and leaking out the backfield. But there was 2 guys going there, so it's a power flow motion to confuse the defense where you have 2 guys going the same exact play, and then Waters just does it from there. Tough and physical runner after the catch.
It'll be a 9-yard gain. So it'll be 3rd and 2. Kendrick Raphael in the backfield. He gets the handoff. He cuts back inside, picks up the first down to the 27-yard line. Jaden Burnett with the tackle after the 4-yard gain. They keep the chains moving.
Every play we're seeing right now is building confidence for this NC State offense. On the right side of that offensive line, I haven't seen them blow any defensive line that far back like I just saw in that last play. So great job of everybody locking in and really uplifting the young quarterback in CJ Bailey right now.
Both tight ends in the game for NC State. Raphael, the tailback. Play action. And a toss on an end around to Concepcion, and he gets wrapped up for a loss on the play. 3-yard loss. CJ Harris snuffed it out.
Yeah, Justin Jolie, big tight end, number 15, tried to come in a little zag motion and come peel back to create and allow this team to get the outside. But CJ Harris was keyed in and was able to see it all the way.
That's 2 straight negative plays for KC Concepcion. As we know, they try to get it to him in creative situations. He's in the slot on the top of your screen at the moment. 2nd and 13. Bailey, quick pass to the boundary. It is complete, and Dakari Collins is taken down about a yard in front of the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 9 upcoming after the 4-yard gain.
If you're able to stay ahead of the chains, that means no negative plays offensively. You're going to have those quick hitches, those quick outs all day, because the cornerbacks right now for La Tech's defense are giving a lot of cushion to these wide receivers.
So the key is get it to the playmakers as fast as you can, and hopefully they can make somebody miss and pick up a big gainer.
Yes, sir.
Raphael in the backfield. Bailey changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Bulldogs come with the blitz. They pick it up. NC State does. And it fires over the middle to KC Concepcion for a first down. A 13-yard gain. Although someone's down at the moment and looks to be Concepcion.
Yeah, that would be huge. He's Mr. Do-It-All. You made the comparison to Percy Harvin earlier, partner, and they move him all around. You want to try to get him the ball as fast as possible. CJ Bailey doing a great job reading the defense and finding KC. Nice run after the catch as well. Hopefully he's okay and is able to come back into this one because he's a major part of this offense.
He is walking off with the training staff on his own power.
But it's becoming contagious, right, partner? You're seeing this offense. The ball's going to multiple different people, and guys are making plays, something that we haven't seen in the first half. So right now...
Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 5 minutes, 28 seconds. 5:28 on the game clock, please.
We'll add 13 more seconds to the game clock.
Got to get in the end zone right now on this drive. Do not walk away from this with only 3. You got a fresh set of downs, and you're inside the 15, so you could get another first down before having to get to the end zone. This is a great position to be in for NC State's offense.
1st and 10 from the 12. Bailey on the delayed handoff. Up the middle, Raphael lowers the shoulder and gets inside the 5, down to the 3. A 9-yard gain.
Big Anthony Belton, number 74, blocking all the way to the whistle. Raphael showing the patience, reading it out one gap at a time, running tough and physical and downhill.
Concepcion checks back in, so does Joe Lee, that tight end. Lots of substitutions on both sides. 2nd and 1. DGT lined up on Concepcion at the moment. Following him around. They hand it off to Raphael. Dives for the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown, Wolfpack. And they regain the lead.
Not only do they regain the lead, they regain the confidence. Raphael, unbelievable job staying patient. But now this offensive line is working. The tight ends are working. Everybody is working in the run game. That is a team effort of a drive right there that shows up big with scoring 6 points.
Big O, you said at the half they need to help the young true freshman C.J. Bailey in for Grayson McCall. As the extra point is up and good. He's 7 for 7 on this drive. 13 plays, 76 yards, 8 minutes and 11 seconds off the clock, and a 3-yard plunge for Raphael. So the Wolfpack taking control here in this one. The Wolfpack with the lead here at Carter-Finley. Here's some ACC news and notes. Miami coming up next after us at home against Ball State. The Eagles hanging tough in SEC country against Mizzou. Florida State down 20-3 against Memphis, Mike Norvell's old stomping grounds. And DJU struggling at the moment for the Noles.
Yeah, you know Memphis was fired up to play this one against the Seminoles, but they have not been able to connect. That's the tough part of college football nowadays, with quarterbacks entering the transfer portals, having to learn a new offense, a new system, a new scheme, and all the guys that are around them. It takes time to gel and develop as an offense, as we see in Florida State starting the season off 0-2 so far.
Colin Smith with the kickoff, sails through the end zone. The Bulldogs of Louisiana Tech will start their next drive at their own 25-yard line. Jack Turner played well in the first half.
Got to settle down here if you're La Tech. Find back that running game. Don't just come out trying to look for haymakers, pushing the ball down the field. We know that that's in Sonny's Cumbie DNA, and Jack Turner can do it. But right now, this NC State Wolfpack defense have been biting and coming downhill. Got to grind out some yards to create some momentum and confidence offensively.
Turner 2 of 5 in the third quarter, only 2 yards, the 1 interception. Amari Wiggins checks in the backfield. Play action. Turner does take a deep shot to Wilkerson, and he hauls it in. Gets tripped up as he tries to haul it in by Corey Coley, who got beat in coverage, a 30-yard gain.
That's how you go up and go make a play for your team by Jay Wilkerson. Corey Coley gets a little tangled up with their legs, but unbelievable focus by Wilkerson to look that one all the way in and come up with a huge explosive play for his offense.
Good ball placement there by Turner.
That's what they love about Jack Turner, his ability to push the ball down the field vertically.
2 tight ends out there for the Bulldogs. They hand it off to Wiggins. He tries to push the pile. Not much there. Just back to the line of scrimmage. Davin Van, a roadblock for Wiggins.
Yeah, I would hate to be going up against that big old man in Davin Van, number 1, the defensive end for this NC State Wolfpack team. He has a motor that's unbelievable, and he's used to taking on double teams because of the defense that they play, this 3-3-5.
2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs. A little over 3 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. We've got a good one here at Carter-Finley. George Sedano, Orlando Franklin, Morgan Uber with you. Delayed blitz by NC State. Louisiana Tech picks it up. Toss to the outside is caught by True Edwards, but a short gain. 3rd down upcoming.
Got to have your best play call on that play call sheet right here if you're Sonny Cumbie. You're in no man's land right up at the 45 in NC State territory. It's got to be your best game call that you have on that call sheet right here to keep the chains moving.
3rd and 10 for the Bulldogs. And this crowd starting to come alive. Wiggins in the backfield to the left of Turner. Wilkerson, your lone receiver on the bottom of the screen. A delayed handoff to Wiggins. Wiggins gets through the defenders and picks up the 1st down. They tried to trip him up. He broke through. DK Kaufman brought him down after the 12-yard gain. Bulldogs in business.
Unbelievable run by the sophomore Wiggins here. It will not be denied. Not going down on arm tackles. Great job moving the chains.
Hibbler with the missed tackle for NC State. Turner with time. Fires over the middle to Wilkerson, who takes a monster hit. A flag on the play, but he hauls it in inside the 5. Bishop Fitzgerald laid him out. And we'll see if the flag is on him as he's chatting with the officiating crew. A 30-yard gain, if it stands.
Salted play is a completed pass. Personal foul. Targeting. Defense number 7. The previous play is under further review.
It's going to be very interesting to see what this referee crew comes back with. But unbelievable job by Jay Wilkerson. Had 2 huge catches on this drive that you don't see every single day. He knows he's going to get hit on that one. Great job coming up big for Jack Turner right there, hauling it in.
We're going to take the break as the officials review this one. Louisiana Tech knocking at the door. So no targeting on that play, according to the officials. After review, Jay Wilkerson, his second 30-plus yard catch as he gets walloped there. Second 30-yard-plus catch on this drive. The Bulldogs knocking at the door. Jack Turner changing the play at the line of scrimmage. 2 tight ends out there. Ball on the 3. NC State brings the house. Wiggins tries to drag defenders into the end zone, and he's just shy. Down to the 1.
Those are one of those plays where you just say, hey, let's run it back if you're Sonny Cumbie. Telling your offensive line, you got to score with your guy. If you push your guy in the end zone, that means great things happen for us as an offense, and we will score.
I would imagine you as an offensive lineman, this is where you guys wanted to thrive, right?
I'm looking at the sideline saying, Coach, run it behind me. Let me go get this for us, Coach.
Wilkerson and Ibrahim are in the game. Wilkerson at the bottom of your screen. Wiggins in the backfield to the left of Turner. NC State shows blitz, and they get Wiggins in the backfield. Caden Fordham, like a heat-seeking missile with the tackle on Wiggins.
Caden Fordham, their green dot guy on defense, communicates that defense for you. This is an aggressive defense. They like to blitz. Caden Fordham shoots the A gap and makes an exceptional tackle, wrapping up Wiggins in the backfield.
2-yard loss. There's Fordham fired up, and get this crowd fired up. 3rd down and goal from the 3. NC State showing blitz. Here they come. Turner lofts one to the end zone. Incomplete. No flags on the play, intended for Ibrahim. Devin Marshall in coverage. Excellent work there, and they'll hold. Will the Bulldogs go for the field goal? They will.
Devin Marshall getting some work in today. Little handsy, but the ref did not call it. So a great play by him, being a little sneaky right there and getting his defense off the field on 3rd down.
Buck Buchanan hit a 58-yarder before the half, his career long. This one from 20. From 57, pardon me. The Bulldogs tie the ball game at 20. Our Week 3 ACC Network football lineup continues this afternoon with number 10 Miami hosting Ball State at 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific. That's right after us here at Carter-Finley. We'll cap the night off with Maryland and Virginia at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Find live sports with where to watch only on the ESPN app and ESPN.com, the ultimate viewing guide to live sports. I know you're excited. We got a good one here at Carter-Finley, but I know you're excited for your alma mater taking on Ball State right here on ACC Network. And that nightcap, you and I did Virginia twice last year. We liked what Tony Elliott was building there. I think that they can be a sneaky team in the ACC. They are not a pushover by any stretch of the imagination. They can beat anyone, I think.
Yeah, I think the ACC right now is wide open. We're going to get heavy into conference play here soon, but there are some really, really good football teams that truly understand their identity. It's going to be very interesting to see when they're sprinting to the finish line what happens and how it shakes up. But in this one, George, man, if you're both sides, you got to be feeling really well tying this thing up. Now it comes down to who wants it more, who can execute, use their technique, and finish for the rest of this football game.
The Bulldogs finished that last drive, 9 plays, 73 yards, 3:47 off the clock. Culminated in a field goal by Buchanan, his 2nd of the game. Hollywood Smothers, the deep man. Buchanan to kick it off. .36 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Buchanan. What a leg. It's good.
Plenty of leg on Buchanan there, right?
Yeah. So Orlando, C.J. Bailey, the young freshman, true freshman from Chaminade-Madonna, Hollywood, Florida. Played on one of the best high school teams in the country last year, arguably the best. Looking much better here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, this NC State team has done it together in the third quarter, scoring 16 points already to tie this thing up. Now it's time to reset and approach this game like it's 0-0, and now it's about winning the rest of the game. Everybody locking in and doing their job.
Smothers in the backfield to his left. Bailey, quick toss right through the hands of his intended target, Terrell Anderson, the true freshman from Greensboro.
Plan has not changed for NC State, having C.J. Bailey out there trying to get the ball out of the young man's hands as quick as possible, as he hasn't seen a lot of action at this level.
But it looks like Louisiana Tech is starting to get hip to that game.
Yeah, they're playing a little bit tighter in their coverages with their cornerbacks, and they're coming downhill. But this is the perfect time for NC State to get a little bit more aggressive and maybe run a double move or two.
Smothers in the backfield. Pistol setup. Play action, pressure coming. They dump it off, incomplete. Intended for Justin Jolie, the tight end. 3rd down upcoming. Not a great throw there by Bailey.
That's where you see the disconnect. Justin Jolie is wide open. He might have still been running partner if C.J. Bailey's able to get that one up a little bit. But he'll get it with experience, but he needs to get it right now for this football team as he has a huge 3rd and 10 coming up.
I think the future for this young man, regardless of what happens here today, is really high. I don't think there's any doubt about that. The coaching staff was raving about him as well. They are a developmental program, and they feel he can be the guy for them down the road.
I agree right with you, partner.
Bailey on 3rd down. He's going to tuck it and run. He picks up the 1st down, takes a big hit at the 37-yard line. A 12-yard gain for Bailey. Good block there by Hollywood Smothers. They're now 6 of 11 on third downs.
Great job by CJ. That's a draw it up, quarterback draw all the way. Hollywood Smothers with a huge block. CJ does the rest from there.
And that's the end of the third quarter. We're all knotted up at 20 apiece. NC State, though, with the ball.
Got to put it all together if you're NC State now. This is the time where your team has to be perfect. Everybody needs to lock in and go win the fourth quarter.
An excellent third quarter for the Wolfpack. You see why they're fired up as they've come back to tie this ball game here at Carter-Finley against Louisiana Tech.
It is a party, partner. NC State having some fun. Got to go win this fourth quarter now.
Hollywood Smothers in the backfield. 1st and 10. Smothers tries to get over to the left side, breaking tackles, fighting for yardage, but still a 1-yard loss on the play. Zach Zymos brought him down.
Unbelievable effort by Smothers. Got to get the same effort with all 10 guys around him as well to find success.
Again, the true freshman CJ Bailey in the game. Grayson McCall knocked out of the game earlier due to injury. Bailey, play action, has time, fires over to the sideline. It's caught by Dakari Collins. He breaks a tackle. He's dragging defenders down to the 35-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 36. A big gain there of 28 yards. Cedric Woods in coverage.
CJ Bailey growing up right before our eyes, going through his progression to find Dakari Collins. Nice high corner route on the backside.
Blake Thompson in coverage. Big first down for the Wolfpack. Bailey changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Bailey with time. Off his back foot, lofts one, incomplete, dangerous pass there. Intended for the true freshman Terrell Anderson. Let's check in with Morgan.
Offensive coordinator Robert Onag told us yesterday that CJ Bailey had those intangibles, that it factor and high upside. Remember, he's just a freshman, and on the sidelines watching him when the defense was on the field, he was a complete sponge. He didn't take his eyes off the tablet. Watching film of that prior offensive series, and this was one of the new technology additions, right? Coach Doran was so high on, able to correct those mistakes from what he saw on film in real time, and able to take that back out on the field.
Yeah, Morgan, it's been a huge help for everyone, that's for sure. And Dave Doran was, as you mentioned, raving about it. Bailey, 9 of 14 for 102 yards. They hand it off up the middle to Smothers. 1-yard gain. Jesse Evans on the tackle for Louisiana Tech. NC State, Orlando, playing 3 true freshmen. 2 receivers getting in and out, and Terrell Anderson and Keenan Jackson, of course, Bailey at quarterback.
Yeah, they had a lot of turnover. I think it's 40+ new guys on this NC State roster. But to add on to what Morgan was saying about those tablets, this is where you really benefit from that with college football, going to that model. Having young quarterbacks where they're able to see everything in real time and make corrections immediately after a series.
3rd and 9. Bailey, plenty of time. Launches one down the field, and it's almost intercepted by Blake Thompson. Underthrows his target, and Thompson almost got there.
Blake Thompson, the boundary safety for this team. A great route by Anderson, but that one just lofted up there by CJ Bailey. Blake Thompson has to come down with that gift.
Terrell Anderson, the intended target there. Kanoa Vineset. A 52-yard attempt. You see a lineman running late on to the screen there. Vineset is 2 for 2 in this game thus far from 39 and 35. The 52-yard attempt. The kick is up and good. NC State regains the lead, 23-20, here in the fourth quarter in Raleigh. NC State regains the lead on a 9-play, 40-yard drive, 3 minutes and 4 seconds off the clock. Kanoa Vineset with a 52-yard field goal. Both kickers have kicked from beyond 50 yards today and nailed the attempts. You got Buchanan and Vineset having a day, Orlando.
Yeah, the college football game over the last decade, we've seen these kickers, their legs have grown bigger and bigger, where now you're not afraid to kick a 50-plus yard field goal because these guys have got more and more talented.
Hashtag college kickers now means something different on Twitter.
All three phases, right?
And last week in the NFL, 21 of 23 from beyond 50. Here's our next ACC Network women's volleyball match, highlighted by the #1 team in the nation. Top-ranked Pitt hosts #3 Penn State at the Peterson Event Center. Sellout crowd of 12,000 plus is expected. Crowd is gonna be rocking out there. Coverage begins Wednesday, September 18th at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on ACC Network and the ESPN app.
Yeah, they had to change the venue, right? They couldn't play that one at Pitt because of the crowd that they're expecting. So go check out some women's volleyball. It's going to be great.
Heck of a volleyball season, as we've had multiple #1s in the nation. Now it's Pitt. Jack Turner back at the helm for Louisiana Tech. Turner takes a shot. Holiday can't connect. Corey Coley in coverage.
That one just a little bit too far out on the outside for Holiday. But Corey Coley does a great job trying to look for that football and squeezing Holiday towards the sideline.
No Davin Vann at the moment, the leader of the defensive front and perhaps the defense overall for NC State. 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs. NC State comes with pressure. Turner fires. Cannot connect with Marlon Jackson. Looks like there could have been a slight tug of the jersey there by Devin Marshall.
Marlon Jackson working on Devin Marshall. 100% gets him right there. The ref misses that one.
3rd down. 3rd and 10 from the 25-yard line.
That's why I don't love the first 2 plays taking shots, because now you bring up a 3rd and long, and it's pass rush mode all day for the defense.
NC State trying to light up Turner. Throws over the middle, short of the sticks. Marlon Jackson on the crosser, only gains a yard. Devin Marshall, excellent job in coverage there. And Louisiana Tech forced to punt.
Great job by NC State rallying, forcing La Tech's offense to go 3 and out. But as the former player in me just gets frustrated, George, on those 3rd and 10s, and we have routes not running to the sticks right there. Unbelievable job by Devin Marshall, making a huge open field tackle to get the defense off the field.
Patrick Gray set to punt. Jalen Coit to receive. Coit lets it bounce, and they'll down it at the 33-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. Gabe Pugh downs it. And again, NC State missing their 2 starting corners, Aiden White and Brandon Cisse, who got hurt earlier. Corey Coley and company doing a great job in their absence.
Yeah, this defense has been solid today. They've been a bend but don't break defense. You got to be very encouraged how the young guys have stepped up in replacement of Aiden White and Brandon Cisse. You talk about in football not missing a beat. And after last week's performance, NC State said that that's not the standard here. But it's been nice to see the young guys just step in, not flinch, and go out there and find success for this football team today.
And speaking of young men having a day, C.J. Bailey in there for Grayson McCall, who got hurt. Here's Jordan Waters, gets into the open field, makes a man miss. A flag on the play back at the 45-yard line. We'll see what that's about. If the play stands, it's a 25-yard gain for Waters. Good block there by Zeke Correll, the Notre Dame transfer at center.
Holding. Offense, number 75. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
Anthony Carter Jr.
You see Anthony Carter right at the right side of our screen, right in the middle, right there on Kobe Fields. Kobe tries to make that tackle. And Anthony just needs to stay a little bit more connected and get his hands inside. I've always told people, George, as your offensive lineman, you're always holding.
Yeah.
Now, whether the ref sees it or not, that's up to you.
Yeah.
Got to get those hands inside on the chest plate.
Don't make it obvious, is what you're saying. So that's the 4th penalty for NC State, all on offense thus far. 1st and 8 here. Play action. They toss it to Concepcion, and he gets tripped up immediately at the line of scrimmage by Michael Richard, the defensive freshman of the year in Conference USA last season.
Yeah, La Tech plays a 3-3-5 defense. They have 3 safeties out there, and Michael Richard sees it all the way, triggers, comes downhill, and makes a beautiful tackle in the open field.
2nd and 10. NC State trying to extend their lead. They're very good here at home and dealing with a number of circumstances. Bailey tosses, fires, complete. Was he in bounds? He was. What a catch there by Noah Rogers as he gets into La Tech territory, a 19-yard gain.
Noah Rogers climbs the ladder for C.J. Bailey. C.J. does an exceptional job of understanding that he doesn't have to rush anything, and look at that young man having some fun right there as he gets a big conversion to move the chains.
The Wolfpack on the move. Kendrick Raphael checks in at tailback. You see Concepcion near the top of your screen. Bailey under pressure, gets hit as he throws. It's complete to Jolie, the tight end. He reverses his field. He's breaking tackles. He gets dragged down inside the 15-yard line, down to the 13. Big Justin Jolie, a 34-yard gain.
Beautiful play design, but an even better job by C.J. Bailey understanding I'm going to get hit right here, and puts a catchable ball out there for Jolie, and he does it after that. Big, athletic, strong. He's the hybrid. He's today's hybrid tight end, running tough with that football after the catch.
Last year at UConn, before he transferred here, broke 21 tackles. Near the top of the FBS for tight ends.
While watching the film early this week, he jumped out on the screen as one of the most athletic people out there on the field.
Timeout, NC State.
First charge timeout.
We're going to take a break.
State.
2 more timeouts for
Media
NC
timeout.
State. They are looking to capitalize on a successful drive at the moment.
The new 12-team college football playoff begins December 20th on ESPN.
It's coming, folks. The 12 participating teams will be ranked by the committee. 5 highest ranked conference champions, and the next 7 top 4 will get byes if they win their conference championship. And then 5 through 12 will play. 5 through 8 will host in the first round. Who's going to be the ACC representative? Right now, perhaps it looks like Miami. In the ACC at the moment, Florida State is trailing by 8 in the 4th quarter to Memphis. Boston College now trailing by 10 at Mizzou. Empty set here for Bailey on 1st and 10 from the 13. Bailey, pressure coming, rolls, throws off his back foot and wisely throws it away. Michael Clark with the pressure. And again, C.J. Bailey, the true freshman, making a smart decision there, Orlando. He threw that interception early when he came in, when Grayson McCall went down for the rest of the game. But he has played much wiser, maybe beyond his years thus far in the 3rd quarter and into the 4th.
Yeah, there's 2 things as a coach you don't know about a young player that has not played a lot of football. 1, the off-schedule things. When things doesn't go his way, he's able to capitalize. But 2, does he make smart decisions? And C.J. Bailey has made some good decisions here in the second half.
2nd and 10 from the 13. Waters. He's got a lot of green grass. He tries to turn the corner, dives towards the pylon. They're going to say he's out of bounds. first down, and they're knocking at the door.
Yeah, this one looks very close. Waters still running tough. They even let off the fireworks here, partner, thinking that he got in the end zone on that one.
12-yard gain. We've seen a lot of fireworks go off in this one here in the second half on the field.
This is where you let it ride. You let the big boys eat right here. Don't even, I wouldn't put it in CJ's hands. I wouldn't let him throw. I'm running the football downhill.
Waters gets a block by Concepcion. Waters trying to fight his way in. No, cannot get in. Durham Campbell with the tackle for the Bulldogs. Second and goal upcoming.
See, that's where you have that effect right there. You're inside the 1-yard line, and CJ Bailey is in shotgun. Let's get him under center, and that might be the reason. The reason of that might be it's because he's a true freshman and hasn't taken a lot of snaps in that situation. But man, I just miss the old school football days where you get under center and you try to run the ball up the middle to go get 1 yard.
DeMarcus Jones at fullback checks in. 2 running back set. Bailey keeps. Bailey dives to the end zone. Touchdown! NC State! And now the fireworks go off on time. Bailey putting on a show. Shout out to Chaminade Madonna High School.
CJ Bailey, the confidence is growing after every snap right now. Finishing that one off in the end zone with a nice quarterback draw.
8 plays, 66 yards, 4 minutes and 12 seconds off the clock. It's a 9-point lead at the moment. The extra point pending. Kick is up and good. 10-point lead for the Wolfpack. If they can come back to hold on to win this one, it will be their largest come-from-behind win in 2 years. CJ Bailey in control. Wise beyond his years. The true freshman show it out. The Wolfpack in control, leading 30-20 here at Carter-Finley. They've scored on 3 straight drives. CJ Bailey, the true freshman, in for Grayson McCall after his injury, scores his first touchdown of his career. The kickoff sails through the end zone, and Louisiana Tech and Sonny Cumby's crew will begin their next drive at their own 25. Our Week 3 ACC Network football lineup continues this afternoon with number 10 Miami hosting Ball State. Shortly after us here at 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific, we'll cap off the night with Maryland and Virginia at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Find live sports with where to watch only on the ESPN app and ESPN.com, the ultimate viewing guide to live sports. Cam Ward, he is one of the Heisman hopefuls at the moment from your alma mater.
Yeah, he's doing a great job distributing that football, having 689 passing yards in just 2 games so far. He's been the spark on offense that Miami has been missing for years.
Can Turner be the spark for Louisiana Tech? They hand it off. On the left side, Wiggins tests that front to no avail. Short gain of 1.
La Tech, you've got to find, somebody's got to come up big. Somebody's got to make a play. If it's me, I'm looking for True Edwards, number 16. He made a beautiful play. He's at the top of our screen in the slot. Looking for him to make a play.
Turner keeps. Dives forward to the 31-yard line. A gain of 5. Red Hibbler on the tackle. Tony Gibson, the defensive coordinator, as we get ready for 3rd down here for NC State, was not happy with the way his team has performed thus far this season. I would imagine a little happier with this second half performance.
Yeah, guys have been tackling, they've rallied into the football, and they created a takeaway and scored on that takeaway, having a pick 6 to start the second half. So I would definitely be smiling from cheek to cheek, but you got to go finish this one off.
3rd and 5, Wolfpack showing blitz. Here they come. Turner stands tall, delivers on the crosser to Wilkerson. Wilkerson out of bounds near the 45-yard line. He'll pick up the first down. A gain of 15 on the play.
I like this. Jack Turner getting back to Wilkerson, surveying the field. And it's a beautiful run after the catch. He had 2 big 30-yard gains earlier in this game.
17-yard gain there. Turner, pressure from behind. The ball is out. The ball bounces towards a Louisiana Tech receiver. It's Jay Wilkerson, the right man at the right place at the right time.
Second down.
Davin Vann with the forced fumble.
Covered by the offense.
Davin Vann, number 1 for that defensive line, coming from his end position. Relentless with his rush. He's on the right side of the screen. He's able to work his hands and get to Jack Turner. Missed opportunity not getting on that one, but great rush. You're going to need more of that to finish off this football game.
A 5-yard gain there. Turner with time dumps it down underneath to Davenport. He can't escape though. So 3rd and 6. Now, you know, they'll say he's actually at the line of scrimmage. So 3rd and 5 coming up.
It's a great position to be if you're La Tech. It's very manageable. The whole entire playbook is up. Let's get the ball out of Jack Turner's hands as fast as possible and allow these wide receivers, these pass catchers, to go get some yards after the catch.
Ibrahim in motion. Now at the top of your screen. Edwards at the top of your screen. They throw over the middle. Complete to Edwards for the first down at the 40-yard line, a 7-yard gain.
Love the play call. 3-step drop. Edwards catches it in traffic. First down.
Louisiana Tech on the move. Turner wants it all. Oh, what a hit there. Ibrahim got walloped by Jahad Carter. The transfer from Ohio State, previously in the ACC at Syracuse.
Jahad Carter coming from on the hash mark is able to get there right as the ball is getting there. Beautiful hit to draw that one loose.
Great defensive play there by Carter. 2nd and 10. Wiggins in the backfield. Ball on the 40 of NC State. Turner pitches it forward. Ball is loose, and NC State recovers. DK Kaufman is running down the sideline. See you later. Touchdown, Pack. The second return for a touchdown by DK Kaufman. A one-man wrecking crew for the Wolfpack.
As a football team, that's what you want from your defense. You know that La Tech has this. Davin Vann gets a hand on it, one of those big paws on that football, and DK Kaufman does the rest, picking that one up.
They're going to say it was a forward pass and it was incomplete. The pitch was to Wiggins. So Louisiana Tech lives to fight another down.
Wow, this game, a lot of back and forth right there. Sonny Cumbie's staying true to what he saw in the film, calling that shovel pass right there.
And this defense starting to resemble what Tony Gibson, as we mentioned, and Dave Dorn wants. You know, in 2023, they were 3rd in the ACC in points per game, 3rd in turnovers with 24, and number 1 in the ACC in 3rd down percentage against at only 28%. They were giving up only 28% success rate.
Yeah, and that's the DNA of this football team, right? To play tough, fast, physical, create takeover, turnovers.
Operator, please reset the game clock to 4 minutes, 10 seconds. The clock will start on the snap.
8 seconds back on the clock. Now, if you're Louisiana Tech, remember, Buchanan already hit one from 57. So they can take the field goal here. They need 2 scores. So the strategy has to be playing in here on 3rd and 10.
Yeah, if you could get about 5 yards, make it a lot easier on your field goal unit.
Wiggins in the backfield to the right of Turner, and a timeout, NC State. Orlando, what is Dave Dorn discussing with his team?
The ball needs to get to the 30 to get a first down. So cornerbacks, safeties, DB, I want you guys to understand exactly where that is and be moving forward. Everybody has to rally to the football and make a tackle. You know that La Tech is going to try to get the ball in their playmakers' hands to go get yards after the catch. I'm playing man-to-man coverage right here and telling everybody to go make a play.
Look out for Drew Edwards, who's the man who's made a lot of plays today. Drew Edwards has been the truth for Louisiana Tech.
Yeah, unbelievable young, talented football player. This wide receiver room for Louisiana Tech has come up big in some parts of the game today. I'm either looking for Drew Edwards or Jay Wilkinson right now if I'm Jack Turner.
Edwards, 4 catches, 148 yards. You mentioned Wilkerson, who's had a big game as well. Louisiana Tech 7 for 15 on third downs thus far today.
This is the biggest one of the game.
Third and 10. Big moment here in this one. Turner, in the face of pressure, dumps it off to Jackson. Jackson gets near the sticks, but he'll be a yard shy. 9-yard gain, Sean Brown on the tackle. Do you go for it, or do you kick the field goal knowing you've got a great field goal kicker?
What I would do, I'm kicking the field goal. Trusting my team to play great defense. But what I think Sonny Gumby's going to do, try to capture momentum and keep going and try to go for a touchdown with running the football or throwing it right now.
You may like this. He's brought in a 6th offensive lineman on 4th and 1. Wiggins.
Let the big boys eat.
In the backfield. Turner under center. Turner, play action, rolling, in trouble, lofts one, out of bounds. That play was blown up by Sean Brown with the pressure. That is not what the Bulldogs wanted, but absolutely a great hold by the Pack.
Yeah, you talked about a partner, Sean Brown with the pressure, but Devin Marshall, man, they have found something with this young man right here. He had to step in for Aiden White, and he's been locked in the whole entire time. You're allowed to, you have the right to that space as a defender, and he does an exceptional job of not letting John Locke pass him. But great pressure by Sean Brown.
A 10-play drive, 44 yards, 4 minutes and 2 seconds off the clock, all for naught. Turnover on downs. You said you wanted the field goal. It probably was the right play, and if you were going to go there, maybe quarterback sneak or another running play. Just, I don't understand the play call there by Sonny Cumbie. Tackle made in the backfield. C.J. Harris takes down Kendrick Raphael. And we have whistles here. Timeout, Louisiana Tech. As there's only 3:15 left in this game and they're down 2 scores. They take their first timeout, 2 more to go.
George, I understand the play call by Sonny Cumbie because you're trying to get one of your big tight ends out there in space. I don't think that Sonny Cumbie has accounted for Devin Marshall coming out there and playing like an absolute stud. Coming off the bench today, he's played like the cornerback #1 for this team and has had some big impact plays for this NC State defense.
Aiden White, Brandon Cisse out, to your point. Marshall and Coley have played great. Ball State in Miami is coming up after us, but at the moment in a lightning delay down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. And then, of course, the Backyard Brawl on ESPN2 at 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific, and the nightcap here on ACC Network, Maryland and Virginia. As Wes Durham, Tom Luganville, and Dana Boyle will be on the call there.
That's the one thing I don't miss about living in South Florida, those afternoon lightning delays.
Yeah, I'm sure you had plenty of those during your time there as a player. Raphael to the left of C.J. Bailey, the true freshman. Grayson McCall again down due to injury. A pop pass here to Concepcion. He picks up about 2 or so. And now if you're NC State, you want to run this thing out if you can, as Louisiana Tech takes another timeout. 3rd down upcoming.
Yeah, great job by offensive coordinator Robert Anae, just finding different ways to be creative and getting the ball out of C.J. Bailey's hands. Even though that's a nice pop pass, it's a high efficient pass, and you're getting the ball in your best player's hands.
There's C.J. Bailey right there. Just to your point, Orlando, this kid has shown a maturity that I don't know if anyone could have guessed that he had, because he hadn't really seen a ton of action yet.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you like this, George. You get Grayson McCall, he goes in the transfer portal, and now he's the missing link for you offensively. So he's taken 99.9% of the meaningful offensive snaps during this offseason. And C.J. Bailey has stepped in today and not missed a beat after throwing that first interception. He's really turned it around.
He bobbles the snap here on 3rd and 8, but he's got a lot of room to run, dives forward, picks up the first down to the 45-yard line, a 12-yard gain. That could have been catastrophic, and Bailey, cool, calm, and collected, picks up that first down.
Yeah, he's been there before. I know he's a freshman, but at the same time, he does not look like a freshman. He's able to bobble it and secure it, and now follow those big offensive linemen in front of him to get a first down.
You played high school ball down there, where he played, down in South Florida, Dade, Broward County, Palm Beach County. That's some of the best football in the country.
Yeah, it is a factory for recruiting. Man, if you can recruit South Florida and have a lot of those kids on your football team, you're going to be all right. And C.J. Bailey showing an unbelievable maturity level today.
Handoff, big hole for Raphael. He's spun around and taken down at the 42-yard line. A first down after a 13-yard gain. Raphael showing us what he's made of.
Body blows, body blows, body blows. This team has struggled to run the football. Not today. They've taken care of business. We're going to take a break for the 2-minute timeout.
113 rush yards for NC State. They're trying to finish this off in a moment. Welcome back to Carter-Finley. 10-point lead for the Pack. A different game in the second half.
Yeah, it started with the defense for NC State. Not only getting La Tech's offense off the field, but scoring a touchdown. And it's been C.J. Bailey and company from there, spreading the ball around to multiple receivers, but also being able to run the football.
Jordan Waters in the backfield, the transfer from Duke. Here comes the pressure backside. And Waters picks up a yard. Jesse Evans was the guy coming around the corner. Timeout for Louisiana Tech. That's their last timeout. So next week, NC State is traveling to Death Valley. Now, we don't know the extent of Grayson McCall's injury, but he was taken out in the second quarter here due to injury. What do you make of young C.J. Bailey having to potentially go and start in Death Valley?
I think he's had a beautiful debut here. He's made corrections in real time here in the second half. Throwing an interception very early into getting the nod, having to go in for Grayson McCall, but he's settled down. So I think as a football team, if you're NC State, whether it's Grayson McCall next week or C.J. Bailey, you have to feel good about going into Death Valley and being able to compete.
Those two teams, NC State and Clemson, have been the best teams in the ACC. You saw Clemson 26-7 record in the ACC since 2020. Number 2 is NC State at 22-11. Raphael gets it to the open field and taken down inside the 15. Zach Simos brought him down after the 25-yard gain.
We talked to offensive coordinator Robert Anai. He said we got to be connected and strained a little bit longer in the run game, and that is what these guys have done today. It's taken all 11 guys early in the game. Those weren't massive explosive yards running game. Those weren't massive explosive runs, but in the second half, after delivering body blow after body blow, we are able to create bigger gaps, and Kendrick Raphael running with the purpose right now.
We've had a number of substitutions here as they are getting ready to kneel it. Victory formation. Timeout on the field. NC State, 153 yards on the ground. It has to make an old lineman like you proud. Not old because you're old, but you used to play.
Oh, partner, don't worry. You can call me old if you want to. I feel old after playing 8 years in the NFL. But I'll tell you this. That builds confidence for this football team that hasn't been able to do it. La Tech, they play a really good defense. They play downhill, and they're one of the better run-stopping defenses that NC State's going to play against. So for them to build that confidence up today with multiple quarterbacks, giving it to multiple guys in the running game, it might be the spark that NC State needs to continue to move forward. But I always hated these knees because, you know, they take it off the run game, right? When the quarterback takes a knee at the end of the game. Going backwards, so they start
taking 2-3 yards.
I tell those quarterbacks, get under center and make sure you take a knee as close to that line of scrimmage as possible.
Dave Dorn, a happy man. You see that big smile. You made him smile. You made him laugh during our meeting. They say that's not the norm around here, and you got him to crack a good laugh during our meeting with him.
Yeah, talking about his first year coaching good old high school football. So, yeah.
$400, he said, is what he made a week back then. So he's a happy man. They went into the locker room, they made adjustments, and they made things better for the young freshman at quarterback, the true freshman, C.J. Bailey. And, of course, their injuries in the secondary, they overcame those as well.
Yeah, that's what you need in college football. You got to be able to overcome adversity, but also be able to flip the switch and change the game plan. NC State was able to do that today and found some great success scoring 24 points in the second half.
Dave Dorn, Sonny Cumbie exchanging words. The largest comeback for NC State in 2 years. Sonny Cumbie's squad fought hard, but NC State too much. Particularly because of that young man and his prowess today. C.J. Bailey getting a lot of love.
Yeah, your two starting quarterbacks go down, and your quarterback goes down as well, and Grayson McCall. And you're wondering, what is this football team going to do? They responded really well. Coach Doran and his staff talked about being excited to see how they responded today. And I think if you're a part of this football club, you got to be excited about moving forward with how they were able to flip the switch in the second half and get it done.
All that matters, as you said before the game, is get that W. And this young man, C.J. Bailey, got that done coming in relief after Grayson McCall went down due to injury, and he's with Morgan.
CJ, it was 17-6 at the half. What was required from you here in the second half to propel your team to a victory?
It was required to step up and make plays for the team. I know that we was down. We had to fight. I threw an interception at the half. I had to get over it and fight. I just did everything I had to do to get us to win. I trained all my life for this moment right here, so I handled it well at the half, and we just came out better.
As this game continued to go on, how did you grow in your confidence commanding the offense?
Yeah, it grew tremendously, especially that first drive coming out the half. I got that jitters out on the last play of that half when I threw that interception. So when that second drive came, I was ready to play.
You punch in your first ever college touchdown, a 1-yard run in the fourth quarter. What's going through your mind when you're in that end zone? Man,
I was so excited to get that call from my coach, and once I got that call, I executed it, man. I love the way I finished the game and not just stay level-headed the whole time, and that touchdown meant something to me. That was my first one. There's many more to come.
What did this game, this response from this team teach you about this program as a whole?
It taught me that we can fight still. Don't let the bad things take over the whole game. Like, just keep fighting and, have each other back. My brothers, when I went into the halftime at the interception, everybody said, we got you. You good. Lean on me. We got you, all right? You good.
CJ, congratulations. Enjoy this one.
Thank you.
A resilient bunch here in NC State. CJ Bailey, 13 of 20, 156 yards, and the one rushing touchdown. Want to thank our crew, of course, back at the control room. Aaron Snyder-Storin, our producer, Michael Ireland, our director, Russ DeLynn, Ted Kozak, our spotter and statistician. Final score here, NC State 30, Louisiana Tech 20. For Orlando Franklin, Morgan Uber, I'm George Sedano. Goodbye from Carter-Finley. Let's send it to Taylor Tenenbaum and the crew back in Virginia.
What you did watch here on ACC Network just now was the largest comeback win for NC State since 2022. 11 points down 17-6 at halftime to Louisiana Tech. They made a change at quarterback because Grayson McCall goes out injured. In comes true freshman C.J. Bailey, and they're able to pick up a 30-20 win. What did you see out of the Wolfpack that shifted in the second half?
Just execution. I mean, the third down percentage in the second half was enormous. I mean, I think it was over 80 83%. I mean, it was fantastic, pushing the ball downfield, scrambling, picking up things with his legs, and it was just a different juice, E, and that's what, you love to see when a guy does get his opportunity. And, we saw that young man in camp, and obviously he's a sight to see, 6'6", big dude, and can make a lot of throws. But then when he does get inserted and he makes this comeback, it juices you up because everyone was excited around the program for him.
Yeah, it was just good to see the young man be ready to go and to have that interception and come back from it. He didn't allow that to turn into 2 interceptions or cost him to go into a panic mode. He's from South Florida, so he's played some high-level football. I believe Jeremiah Smith, the receiver at Ohio State, was his receiver, so he's used to throwing to guys that can get it done. And I think you potentially have the quarterback of the future there at NC State. Yeah.
And you know what? Shout out to CJ Bailey, who handled that post-game interview like a pro, too.
Absolutely.
A little freshman getting the job done on the field, and with Morgan Uber after the game, too. And you know what? For Dave Dorn's squad, this feels big, not only because they come off that loss to Tennessee and show you they can get it done, but guess who's up soon? It's Clemson.
Yeah, can't wait.
And they get to come to their house, and that's a big opportunity for the Pack, who are still very much alive in the ACC conversation to make it to Charlotte at the end of the year.
Well, and that's what, we kind of discussed, silver lining-wise, if you want to throw one out there. NC State's exactly where I thought they would be. Right. I thought they'd be 2-1 going into the Clemson game. I thought that, we would see it a little differently. I'd feel a little better about it, moving forward and what it would look like. But all of your goals wide in front of you. ACC play still right here. And as you see it, you've got 2 ranked teams. How about that? Back-to-back in Clemson and in Northern Illinois. So, it's going to be one of those things that after that they crank up ACC play and really get it going. And, you're excited to see what can it look like. How much can change? Again, still, need to see growth from this offensive line. Need to see them be able to run the football. But now, when you have a quarterback that is really mobile, for sure. In CJ there, what is it going to look like? Yeah, well, Clemson's defense is going to take advantage of his inexperience. For sure. 100%. For him, I think you try to keep the game plan tight. Again, play action passes. This was a good start for him. You do get a win. I would consider that a victory for him, even though he came in as the backup. But, to look forward to next week, just take it one day at a time. Entrench yourself as a starter. We don't know how long Grayson McCall's out.
We don't, right.
But nonetheless, if you do go into this at Clemson, correct, right? That's right. Yeah, you're going to Death Valley noon. Yeah. Tough place to get your first start, I was trying to say. So for him, just try to keep the game plan in front of him so you can make some good throws.
That's why you always prepare as if you're going to be a starter.
That's
Never
always,
know when your number is going to be called. It's tough to talk about.
But seriously, the leaders, a leader or the leaders got to step up. Somebody has to.
All right, so we'll look forward to hopefully them swinging the pendulum the other way. NC State hosting Louisiana Tech today, back home. Second quarter, Wolfpack up 3-0. Grayson McCall, 3rd and 6. This pass falls incomplete, but we're showing you this because check out the replay. McCall goes down after this hit. He would not return to the game, so true freshman CJ Bailey gets the call. But in the third quarter, the NC State defense is what gets them going. Down 17-6. DK Kaufman. Yeah, that's a house call right there. Interception.
That was much needed.
Exactly. Defense sparks the offense late in the third. NC State takes the lead here. Kendrick Raphael punches it in. NC State mounts an 11-point comeback, their largest since 2022 to win it 30-20. And here you see the splits. First half, CJ Bailey comes in, and I know he threw an early interception as a freshman, but then second half, a complete turnaround with him under center. Dave Dorn, after the game, talked about what his message was at halftime.
They said a lot for me, and when they were done, it's time to go do what we're supposed to do. Just do your job, play together, overcome adversity. We've been in this place before. I told him CJ's going to play his ass off, and everybody, was behind him. You could hear them rallying behind him on that. Defense is going to get up first. They're going to make a stop. Offense, you're going to go score, and it's going to be a one-possession game before you look up. And I said, just quit thinking about the scoreboard, thinking about playing really physical and together. And if you do that, we're going to win, and that's what the guys did.
All right, and you hear him there talking a little bit about CJ Bailey, that true freshman, 156 yards passing, potentially will get his first start at Clemson in their next game. We do not know, by the way, the status of Grayson McCall. Coach says he will update everybody on Monday in his press conference as they try to figure that out over the next 24 hours. So what did you see out of NC State that gives you promise moving forward? Tigers coming up next.
Yeah, I mean, it was a total tale of two halves. I mean, number one, the third down conversion, 83% in the second half with a true freshman quarterback was astounding. When you see the running game doubling, production-wise, passing game, the exact same thing, and just looked more comfortable, which is baffling to me because you got a 6-year senior back there that we thought was going to really be flawless. That guy came in, had a struggle early, threw a pick, and then the confidence that we heard from him, from his teammates, I thought was infectious, really helped him play better.
Coach Doran made a point, too, about the guys rallied around a young quarterback in CJ once they knew he was going to start. And I remember being in those situations, needing the defense, needing special team. Hey, I need y'all help. You know what I mean? Like, come on, help. And then guys start making plays. And so that's exactly what happened. Got him back in the game, took a little pressure off the young quarterback, and he got going.
As a coach, you'd love a comeback because you're overcoming adversity. You hate living through it because it's not good for your heart.
Right.
The bottom line is, if you're behind and your team fights back and you win the game, there's not much of a better feeling than that.
Yep. Yeah, I agree in the fact that after the first interception, the defense came over and said, "Hey, we got you."
Yep.
That means so much to a young player. Right. And also shout out Robert and I for helping this young guy come along and have a great game.
All right, we will monitor the status of quarterback Grayson McCall over the next couple of days as they get ready to head to Death Valley for a nice ACC showdown with their friends at Clemson. That should be a good one. By the way, both of these teams still very much in play for a trip to Charlotte.
That's right.
In December.